Mm, that's
Jay
a
Cruz.
dope beat. What's
It
up,
is, man.
Pro? How you doing
Who
today?
made that beat, man?
That right there is my man Nico LP2 from France.
Oh, okay. All right, all right. Little
Yeah.
France in the place.
Hmm.
That's always lovely.
It is very nice when you can incorporate that.
That man right there is Quo. I know him. That's
Hmm.
Quo, man. For those
And
of
that
y'all who
man
don't know,
right there, that's Professor Lyrical Pro.
it is. It is. It is. It is. True
Hmm.
indeed. Well, welcome, one and all. Welcome, Jay
Hmm.
Cruz.
Yeah, yeah, man. Another
Welcome to
beautiful
the
week,
Pro Quo,
a hard working week,
man.
putting in all that effort, making things come together for
Yes,
this
sir.
instant brotherhood
Mm,
album. That's gonna be next level.
mm. I agree, man. I agree. I'm excited by it. You know, a lot of people say that. You know, everybody. You never heard anybody in the history of anything come in and go, "Yo, my stuff's kind of whack." You know what I'm saying? But it is one of those things where you get excited when you see it coming together. You know, I tell to all artists, I'll be like, as long as it comes out like your vision, like
Yeah,
be honest with yourself. When you make music, you need to be your toughest critic. Meaning, if it isn't exactly what you perceived in your head before, don't put it out. You know what I'm saying? And if you're a musician out there and you're listening to yourself and you're really vibing off it, and 10 other people are kind of maybe you maybe you need to take a step back, right?
yeah.
We
Take
all
that
need
into
that,
consideration. Yeah.
right? But I do think as long as people be honest with themselves, man, all the listeners, we got some music submissions this week for our 5 minutes of flames, which is cool. We'll probably, I don't know if we'll run that tonight, but for the rest of all y'all out there, hit us with that music. We're trying to do these little, in addition to our main guest, we're trying to do these 5 minute interview segments and 5 minutes playing your music. And we give you a little bit of feedback and we just basically interview you and get you up here and then maybe have you back for a full segment at some time. So that's kind of
Yeah.
what we're doing. And take it all as love. Don, you submit, man, just by our email address. We'll type it in there for you, but it's the ProQuo Show at gmail.com. So it's just the name
Yeah.
of the show, the ProQuo Show. And that's it. Hit us with the links
What's up, Don? Yo, what's up, Mike?
and we may do, something I'll tell everybody too. It may not just be one. We probably have time for a maximum of 3 starting next week. If we have them, as long as the quality and the audio is there. As you all know, we play rough drafts for y'all all the time, so it doesn't have to be 100. It just needs to be like a 90. You know what I'm saying? But we're trying to, give people a little shine for where they can get it and where they fit in. But yo,
Yeah,
man,
being part of the network, the Hip Hop Citizen Network,
mm,
and the instant brotherhood theory is created off of that premise. Like, this is how we meet, and if you vibing with us, it's usually something higher than what you would be able to see.
yeah, yeah.
You know.
What up? What up, Michael? Thanks for tuning in. Yo, we Jay was alluding to it, man. He was talking about the work, and we created a few new songs this week. We tweaked a lot. We do a lot of tweaking behind the scenes. Like we'll probably play a track that some of y'all might have heard before in a little bit, and we just tweak it and just keep adding to it and getting it there. We're just showing y'all the process. You know what I mean? And so for I've been rhyming since 1987 on wax. Just for people that don't know, that's a long time. That's longer than a lot of people been alive.
Mhm.
And I'm way better today than I was in 1987. I'm way better than I was 10 years ago. I'm way better than I was 2 years ago. This
Yeah.
man right here, is partly responsible for that as well. And as long as there's growth and you continue with it and you love it, you should always be working that craft. Even if you don't have an immediate plan to put something out, just be making that long range plan. Make music and the culture a part of your life, and you always fit it in. So I'm excited to hear new people's stuff. I know we're gonna have some guests tonight that got some
Yeah.
crazy stuff, right? Who's coming up tonight?
So tonight we got some local people that got a lot of talent in their roster. They're called Sec2None,
Mm.
and they represent New England, and it's led by Felix Hernandez and a few other people, MCs with Illitant. We got a couple people in the backdrop too that I'm gonna actually meet for the first time tonight.
I was peeping some of that music, and I heard, man, that Illiton grabbed my ear, man. I was like,
Yeah, he's
okay,
nice.
all right. I heard his track first, and then I heard he was in a larger crew cut there. I heard some of the cats in there fresh, and
Yeah,
I know we got Rod Deal in here, right? And
yeah. Rod Dale's in here.
yeah, so it's always cool when you see a collective. We were talking about that off the air. We were talking about, just kind of loosely about, who we have for the show coming up or whatever. And the thing about collectives and crews, which is always nice, is that unity, people are naturally drawn to that, right? If you got like a crew that's moving with you, if it's like each one supporting each in the next act, pushing them to get better, pushing them to get to where they need to be, And as long as it's, with any crew, I obviously don't know Sec2None, but for any crew, like, when they come together, as long as they're pushing each other and they're being honest with each other and they're not yes menning each other to death, right? You got this line, right, between support.
Huge, yeah, exactly.
Because we get 10 people up in our room and we're like, yo, what do you think? And if everyone's saying it's heat, every single track we do is heat. It's got to be like, okay, maybe we need a critic in the room, So every crew needs that critic, that ear, that person that's going to be like, nah, that's not good enough. And you always telling me about your man, Jay. You, one of your mentors, right? Always kind of leading you down that path and being like, that might be a 90.
Yeah, it was huge, man. Shout out Lenny Thompson, and Audio Mercy. And, I called it like boxing, shadow boxing with him. I'd give him some work and he'd say, no, that's not it.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? But most people would be like, yo, forget you. This is it. But I was like, I sucked up that pride, swallowed it, and it created better work every time he did that. Because I went back to the drawing board like, damn, I gotta come back better than this. And every time I did that, it elevated me. And the most important tip that he gave me was being really one with self. Finding your voice, finding your message, like
your identity, and
your identity, exactly. Keeping it like 100 with yourself, and
that's hard too.
It is very difficult to do, especially when you built habits. I mean, I wrote my first rhyme in like 1990.
Yeah.
And I recorded in like 92 for the first time.
By the way, my 80 stuff was incredibly whack, so I almost don't even count it.
But my 90 stuff.
The first real record was like 97. You know what I'm saying?
But, we all got to start.
Yeah. No, I hear you. But yeah, the growth's important. But back to the point though, crews that come in, you got a whole movement, a whole collective, or whatever. The great thing is people see that and they go, "Yo, there's got to be something going on here." If a bunch of people aren't wasting their time, life's too short, right? So when you see a bunch of people rolling together, it just immediately grabs your eye. You're like, okay, wait a minute, this must be the real. Everyone's looking for that group or that person, or you think of obviously some of the biggest hip hop collectives. You think of Wu-Tang, obviously people think, okay, there's a lot of cats there, and everyone's looking for who's that personality. And as you said, defining yourself and knowing who you are, right? That almost like that role that you're gonna play in the team. Like who are you, right? Are you the glitzy one? Are you the quiet cat, or maybe everybody's kind of similar, but the way you differentiate yourself, and let's face it, everybody's competitive, right? Everybody wants to kind of push each other and keep sharpening their tool. So it's cool when you watch the growth of a collective too. Like you see one, I remember when I saw Wu-Tang for the first time, I think it was 93. I think I was talking about it before. It was at the Muse in New York City. And, the buzz for Method Man had been out there, whatever, but people didn't really know who the whole crew was unless you were maybe there, but I know being in Lowell, Massachusetts, I was like, who are all these cats, And you get out there and you see it and you're like, damn, like these most of these dudes are all thorough. It's
that was the most incredible movement at that time, right? Man. Wu-Tang came in like, what?
And then it just ushered in like 20 in a row, And some of them stayed and some of them.
And then they had like Sons of Man, they had Killer Army,
Gravediggers,
Gravediggers. I mean, just a great example for what we're talking about with that unity of a group and coming out and holding, they held themselves to a high standard, each and every one of them, and they all pushed each other. So it takes a special type of character and person to be able to take that criticism and actually use it to etch themselves to become a better lyricist, a better person.
And then beyond music, the thing that will prolong the life stage, right, is like, what else you about? You know what I'm saying? Because people
real life things.
Yeah, and how willing are you to share that, right? And how, I mean, I realize you can't share everything, right? But it's like, what's going to keep you, because especially today, it's different than it was. We're talking 93. I mean, it's so different, right? It's like people got short memory, short attention. The market's flooded all the time. There's some new artists you feel like you have to kind of keep up with, or, you know what I mean? People, as artists, I think one of the mistakes a lot of artists makes is they feel like they have to keep up with the Joneses all the time. Yeah, you got to listen, you got to pay attention and know how it relates to that true middle that you're at, right? I always talk about that plus or minus 5%. Like I might go 5% this way, 5% this way, but I know what my middle is. So if I hear someone do something that I never really thought about and it's in my vein, maybe it will influence me, but you have to know when to say this isn't for me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly.
Like, it is just because X, Y, and Z is happening right now, I don't necessarily need to partake in that. So that's the tough part. And how do you prolong it when the trends come and go, right? How do you stay relevant enough? And I think sometimes it's through sharing your authentic self with people, like who you are. And then people go, yo, I know who that lyrical cat is, or I know who that Quokane
Yo, the
campaigns,
most important thing is to be yourself, because
Mm,
is most people are good people, when they're with their family or they're by themselves away from friends. And then the masks and the facades and all these characters start to morph to the world when they
there's
get into a
entertainment.
certain
Yeah.
situation, right? So it's like, the better you can brush yourself off and say, this is me, be, proud of it and share that with the world all the time.
Mm.
That's what it is, man. That's what I do. That's what you do. That's what we've been doing,
Yeah,
you know?
it's tough, man. It's hard because
Yeah.
you come in the game and you're like, all right, I'm supposed to do this, I'm supposed to do
Right.
that, and
Right.
you trying to you wonder sometimes you'll see people that are awful and they're on, and
Hmm.
you're like, how did this person get on? And then
Hmm.
sometimes you take on the awful habits, because you think
Yeah.
your brain is just going, yo, that's what must have done it, right? And then at some point, it's like experimentation as you grow up. You're gonna experiment with things that aren't for you,
Yeah.
and some of them will be for you, and you're like, yo, this is so, but it's hard when you're early. I'm so excited when I hear new artists, you know what I mean, because I'm always trying to watch that growth, see that trajectory, see what what else, what you can be inspired by. We talk about all the time being inspired by each other or inspired by
Yeah.
somebody else, and sometimes
That's
it's
that's huge.
lyricism.
Yeah. I mean, I for a long time, I think when in the mid '90s, I kind of lost motivation in an
Mm,
aggressive way, where it was like that, that competitive feel just kind of left my bones, man. I was like, I'm just making music for me. No one's like lifting me up right now. Like, I get an occasional here and there, but nothing was like when Mobb Deep was coming out with an album.
yeah,
Yo, Meth was coming out with an album. Whoever,
yeah,
right? Nas, like, we were anticipating that.
absolutely.
Um, and I lost that anticipation, and it's been, it was a long time. And then coming across you and working with you is um leveled it out for me, where I'm like, man, like your lyrics making me think, yo, I can't, I gotta step up my game,
Mm,
and it's a
appreciate
good
it, man.
feeling to
Likewise,
it's
yeah,
like you have to be able to pinch yourself and be like, yeah, it's real, you know what I mean?
yeah.
So
Likewise.
yeah, man.
Likewise. So how was the week for you, man? Doing the day to day grind, man. I know it was a tough week, man. With
Yeah, it was great. We talked about balance, in the beginning of the year, and I've been able to do it. I've definitely been working a lot and balancing family time.
hmm
And because, you go to work, you come home, and then I could work all day and night into the night, like I have been, but spending a little bit of time with my daughters,
Yeah,
spending a
right.
little time with my girl, getting on the phone with family, just to touch base and then go right back to it.
Yep.
You
Get
know,
back. I've been living that parallel life too. Yeah.
Absolutely, man. We've been midnight a lot of nights with this. Yo, the mix, this.
Yeah, right.
How many? We
Tweak
had
it.
like 7 mixes in like 45
I
minutes.
know you want like mix. Yeah, this is mix
Mix
six.
8, mix
Yeah,
6, mix
you
5.
name them. I was just looking at one a few minutes ago. I was like, that's
Mm,
mix six, but that's like not mix seven, where I think you up to on one of them. Yeah, man, that's the process. So
yeah.
it's not. It's funny, man. I was taught. For people that don't know, I'm a professor as well. I teach at the University District of Columbia, and I also do faculty development for the university. And so we were talking today. One of the faculty members asked me in a very public email. Public meaning there were a whole bunch of people attached to it, and the basis of it was like with all the online cheating that there is going on, right? People asking like, yo, what are we going to do now that so much of this is online, and not everybody's taught online before, and there's this whole
Mm,
online cheating kind of thing that has evolved, right? People have more time now to look up the answers for tests and whatever. There's all kinds of things you wouldn't necessarily imagine unless you're in school right now or have family in school, and you're thinking about like different ways that people are trying to get over. And so faculty are concerned about that. And one of the faculty, real dope faculty member, shout out to Kristen Aguirre, he uses hip hop in the classroom, right? Obviously, like I do. And he was talking about, they were having a conversation about Jay-Z, borrowing, quoting hip hop quotables, kind of paying tribute, right? That whole argument, is he paying tribute or is he biting, kind of thing. So he
mm,
brought that up in class, and he was comparing it to Drake. You know what I'm saying? There's obviously been discussions about whether Drake has written everything himself or whatnot. So they had this discussion about like, is that a no-no? And then once he went through that discussion, he said, okay, so what about writing a paper? He's like, when you're writing a paper, can you just cite something without, paying proper, homage? You're supposed to cite that, the APA
yeah.
standard citing. I took this from here, and then they had a whole different perspective on it after they had this whole, argument about hip hop kind of stuff. So I
Yeah.
thought that was kind of dope, and that was something that just kind of stuck with me. That was today, man. So it was just
Wow.
yeah, interesting perspectives, man. I sometimes we like to talk about what we're doing in our real worlds, when we're not rhyming, even though we are rhyming like
I
round the
was I
clock.
was sliding all over the place today at the post
That's what I
office,
wanted
my
to hear,
dude.
man. What was it like?
So we had the snow day. We got like a foot or something like that, and
What up,
it
V?
wasn't that bad.
Mm.
It wasn't that bad. But today we got like a quarter inch, half inch in like an hour and a half.
Oh,
And it was just like the temperature was just right where the thing was sliding. I'd hit the brakes and I'd be like, you're
yeah,
going
yeah,
for
yeah,
like 10 feet. You know what I mean? So it's
yeah,
like the good thing is that when you do something like this and you're trained in defensive driving,
yeah,
in how the actual machine moves, because reality that LV is just a machine. You got to learn how to use it,
yeah,
how that's gonna take, is it gonna kick out? Is it gonna pull in? You're gonna get sunk into the box. So
yeah, no doubt. And every
5 years
city's
later,
different too. The way they take care
yeah,
of the roads too. It's like
yeah,
I last three places I lived before here. I was Somerville, like you were part time, right?
yeah.
Somerville, Cambridge, and Lowell before that, and before that Chelmsford, right? And the
Hmm.
differences of like how they take care of the streets, man, is like it can be like life and death. In some places,
Hmm.
depending on where you live.
And now where you at right now, due to dusting, you see
Yeah,
accidents all over
crazy.
the place.
They shut it down.
Yeah,
I'm just outside DC now, and it's like they just shut it down. It's like, oh, it's gonna be maybe some freezing rain. I'm in the
yeah.
very most northern part of Virginia, and it's like even they hear rain. And they're like, yo, it's gonna rain and it might freeze, and I'm like, okay. And they're like canceling school the day before. Like,
Mm.
whoa, yo, it's crazy. So
When
it's
I
a
was
whole new
down in
world.
when I was down in Norfolk, man, Virginia, and they had a dusting, and of course, me not realizing, I'm like, this is what the hell's going on, because the
Mm.
traffic was just like bananas.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then as I'm getting on the highway, pulling off the exit with like slow traffic, there's like 10 cars in eyesight just off the road, spun out. So, if you don't get it all the time, you don't know how to drive in it, and they don't, treat the streets. That's a whole nother ball game,
yeah, homie. I know you gotta.
man. Yeah.
I know you feeling safe in that Jeep though, but you know what I'm saying.
The
Both.
Jeep, I love it, man.
Yeah,
Love it.
man. Everybody thinks too the male they still rocking Jeeps. The male always rocking Jeeps, and no, that's not a
No, the
thing.
male don't rock Jeeps, man,
No
unless
Jeeps.
some people have their own vehicle,
Mm.
right-hand drive, and it is a Jeep. But these LVs, man, they're again, they're good pieces of equipment when you know how to use them.
Yeah. Wait.
You
You
know?
said right hand drive. Is that for you too?
Yeah, right-hand drive. Yeah.
That's crazy. Is that wild?
In the beginning, I thought it was going to be a real big challenge because they have you do a test, and on that test,
Because
I
it's
was
right
like,
hand and you're on the right side of the road.
yeah. So
Yeah.
all you're doing is you shift to either a left or a right a little more, depending on if you're a lefty or righty, I think. And the
People bang up
correction
those
is,
joints all the time when they first start.
oh yeah, especially in the
Have you
snow.
have you cracked one or have you been good?
No, I've been lucky, man. Knock on wood. I had this one time where, I was doing the mail, came out of this spot, and it was no stop sign, but there's a main street crossing,
Mm.
and there was a huge oak tree, and then in front of that oak tree was like an 18-wheeler, right? So I'm at this main intersection where you go in 35, where I'm crossing into,
Mm-hmm.
and I look left, I don't see nothing. I look right, I see this fast car speeding. So my eyes stay with it, and as I'm looking, I look and I went and I hit a car.
Oh damn.
I did the truck like completely shielded it, and
Mm.
I couldn't see.
Yeah, yeah,
So that
yeah.
was the only time that happened. But it was like now I'd be looking
So
three, four times.
what's the deal? Because that happened to me. I had a previous job, previous life. I was at Enterprise Rent a Car, and they got a three
Mm,
strikes rule, and then you're done. I was arrested while driving an
mm,
Enterprise car while coming from the studio. By the way,
yeah.
and put me in jail overnight, right? And I
Hmm.
got out the next day, and it was no biggie except for it was a moving violation on top of the arrest, right?
Mm,
So when that happened, that actually created a second strike for me. And Fee and I were also sort of a third strike because I was driving home in a rental from New York City,
mm.
coming back from D&D Studios, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
we're coming back from skis and all that stuff. And Fee's in the room too. He knows where we're going with this. So we would be like falling asleep. Like we'd leave a show at 3 a.m. We'd have
Mm-hmm.
to drive all the way back home to get home to work the next morning, usually at like 8:30.
Yeah.
And if you know the math from how long it takes to go from New York City to Boston, you
Mm-hmm.
know that you're not doing that with much time to spare. So we're like literally Clark Kent it, coming from
Mm-hmm.
the hip hop show and then putting on the work clothes in the car, usually the same ones we left with, in some
Yeah,
cases, depending on what day.
exactly.
And we would like be falling asleep. You know what I mean? And I'd be like, "Oh, look, it's a deer," and it wouldn't be a deer. It would just be me imagining. It looks like, "Yo, is that a deer?" And I would just wake up and go like, "Ah," like that.
Mm-mm-mm.
Like, I'd be in the passenger seat, and Fee sometimes would take the wheel. I'd be like, "Oh, yo!" And so one
Nah,
time
man.
I hit the curb in a Volvo, whipping the Volvo, right? Hit the curb and popped that tire, but it didn't. I thought it was just tire, no harm, no foul with the tire, right? You can fix that,
Yeah.
but it damaged like the suspension a little bit. So,
Mm-hmm.
and I had taken the L for car prep, who I didn't want to lose his job,
Yeah.
and so they were kind of like, "Yo, you could probably slip out of this job right about now," because unfortunately, I was a manager at that point, and they were like.
Mm-hmm.
And I was trying to get out of the company. I just didn't know how to do it. I was like, man, I'm turning into a
That's right.
lifer here. Hold on.
Yeah, no, I mean for us it's like they'll analyze the situation and obviously if you're at fault and it's like real bad, you're probably gonna lose your job, but otherwise they
Yeah.
got you back.
So,
But you,
but there's no number though. There's no number of them.
no, again it depends. I mean if you do, let's say you hit a mailbox two times in one day, you're probably gonna get fired. Unless you're a regular. It's just there's a union involved. So I mean again, it's like depends.
Enterprise is three. Like they don't care. It's just like you get
Oh
three
yeah,
on your
you're done.
record,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
a
yeah.
wrap. So
Yeah.
when you get your second, they're kind of like, yeah, you might want to start looking. And that was
Yeah.
kind of the situation I was at. I was kind of at like 2.5, and they were like, we could also get you a little severance. You might have a little unemployment in there. And I'm like, I'm trying to make the jump. I was like,
Bro,
ooh, this
Fidelity
could
was
work.
like that, man. When I was at Fidelity, we
Yeah,
had 3 strikes, like that, and that's it.
that's
All
it.
like you could be there 10 years, yo. Three
What are
strikes.
those strikes? So was that like stealing money from the company? Like what's
Nah, you would think, yeah,
you
nah,
pocketing 401ks? Or
it'd be more like false information or missing
what?
a huge, yeah, like because if I can remember correctly, like if you don't say a specific um like script
Hmm.
before you do a trade, that could be an error. Or if make a mistake on a money transaction, that's an error. Or you know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
like if you're guiding someone to a stock or something, that's an error. So it's like that.
Okay.
And I had one or two there actually, but
Okay.
you know what's funny though? Talking about New
Time to be
York.
worried though, right? Yeah.
Oh yeah, you sweating.
Yeah.
I was with Lenny. We went to New York, Queens, and Brooklyn. I think 2 different occasions to do a show and perform. And we left in the morning. Left at like 1 o'clock at night. And one time we're driving, and I'm like, "Yo, I gotta work the next day." He's like, Me too, but you drove here, I'll drive back." So I'm like, kind of like nodding out. We're getting right into Rhode Island, I want to say, and it's like whoop whoop. Well, like he's like, "Yo, Jay, they're getting us." I'm like, "What?" Right? And luckily
Mm.
we didn't drink, we were straight. But they pull me over and he's driving my vehicle. So I'm like, "Nah, it's my car." And they're like, "All right, can we have you step out?" They step me out. And I'm like, "Yo, look, we're heading home. I was at a hip hop show." He's like, "Oh, you do hip hop?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "What do you go by?" And I'm like, "Quokane."
Wow. Yeah. That's not the
And
not
he's
the
like,
ideal
"You
name.
sure you don't have anything in the trunk?" I'm like, "Bro, I'm positive rap. It's just a metaphor kind of thing." And I talk myself out of it. And we didn't have anything, but the point is, I had to go to that officer. Yeah, my alias is Quokane, and yeah, so it was funny, man.
So is
New
that why you
York, New
switched it
York.
up? Is that why you started not going by Quokane as much? You were like, yeah, maybe that's not working.
No, that switch happened when
Fight the power, man.
I wanted to when again finding self. Yeah, fight the power, finding self and that balance of myself. I said my name is the most important thing. And I was like, Quokane is dope, but it doesn't really mean that much to me
Hmm.
versus my God given name, Jay Cruz. That's me. You know what I
Right.
mean? And that's
Right.
why I chose to ride with the official name. But Quokane will always exist.
I like both, man, and it works for the Pro Quo show. Let me tell you that.
Hmm.
I'm writing your name right now over on the pros chalkboard here. I just wrote Jay Cruz, but I was
Oh yeah,
trying
we
to.
were supposed to have a couple things ready this week, guys.
I
Some
got
new stuff for y'all. But we
no, I
had.
got it ready. Check it out. Check it out. So check it out. So
Oh, you
I'm
got it.
writing over here on the J Cruz. I was just writing J Cruz over
Oh
here.
snap.
So I shared the link over there. If anyone wants to write on it, you can try writing on it if you want. But the I'm just put my little notes there. First, I was doing this off to the side, and I was like, you know what? I can share the screen and share it with other people. So when you see me sometimes fiddling around with my little, keys, I'm doing that. So I put it in the thing over there. It's whiteboard.fi. It's kind of cool. And then do backslash. What do we got? N23G3. So N23G3 after the whiteboard.fi / put N23G3. And that's where you see those comments. So you see it coming up on the screen. But I'm just playing, man. I'm just playing around. But yeah.
Ruby up in there. What's up, Ruby? I'm trying to find it right now, Pro. I can't. I'm so like.
It's all good, man. You don't have to. I don't want to stress you, man. That's just
there it is. I see the pic.
Yeah, but what I was also trying to share too is before we get our guest up here, a couple of things I want to share. Speaking of Ruby, she got a new single out. For those of y'all who didn't check the show last week, she got a new single out. We played a little teaser of it. We also got one of our songs we're gonna play as well. Ruby's is called "Love Is Enough." I think I have that probably ready, and we'll try to play. Let's try to do this. Let's get one of our joints out there that we're working on. What do you want to play? You want to play Baggage Claim?
Yeah, let's take off, man.
Let's get a little Baggage Claim. Let's hear some Ruby Shabazz, and then let's get our peoples up here from Sec2None and see what's going on with them. All right, so let's see what we got.
Let's intro this track properly.
You do.
Baggage Claim. This is off the ProQuo album, Instant Brotherhood, that is in the works. And this beat is produced by my man Nico LP2 out of France. Shout out M. Dot for hooking me up with the connection, and me and Nico and I have been building, and he's such a great dude. And he loved it. I showed him it, and he's like, yo, this is crazy.
Yeah, it's a fun track, man. A lot of our stuff has a vibe. You know what I mean? This is more of a bouncy kind of what up track, but check it out.
Please watch your luggages. Hold the handrail. Mind your step.
What's up? Was you picking that up right there? Baggage Claim, man. I'm right here, though.
Let me get that bag.
Get that bag.
By the time you hear this record, checking in the Turks and Caicos. Wheel of Fortune winners, Punta Cana spinning pesos. Pro progress, no, I'm no novice. Singles like vinyl siding aligned in my home office. So stop it, look, there's no topic. Unexplored for flawed, my ops is my optic. A couple plaques on the walls just for the optics. Degree in economics, pay dividend stock options. Visiting citizens wanna cap it. Give it my Will Smith when the superhero and coxy. Hand to hands, we can throw blam or cock it. Get pop like Pop Smoke, cause my fans are so toxic. But don't smoke like pilots in the cockpit. Lungs must stay aquatic to float like broke faucets. Non-violent is a rule, but don't cross it. Crews get on them jewels, but dudes, I'm no nonsense. I'll turn the cheek but once and then I'm boxing. Body you in a bag that won't fit in that top bin. I'm locked in, so begin the diagnostic. If y'all don't believe in the God, you're diagnostic.
By the time you hear the record, I'll be passing by the Eiffel. Jesus on the necklace, crews going for the title. Demons off the metrics, scaling with your idol. Always with a message, masterpieces in my Bible. United for the leverage, be eternal, we'll survive it. I provided off the premise, let you see and start to follow. Yeah, and I've glided through my senses, so the census is bravado. Grinding through the inches, saving minutes for tomorrow. Carry over lyrics every chapter for the novel. Peaks and valleys, then the rapture with the model. Authentic, no gimmicks, self-made, not timid. Wide open, get in.
Had some snakes in our lawn, had to cancel them frauds. Spit that mongoose flow, y'all can handle the bars. Try to question law applaud, y'all gonna answer the God, bro. That's not a good look, like you in sandals and thongs. Y'all know my spit game, upper echelon, beyond the thick chain. Fast like moves in the street, making that quick change. I made a quick change like Clark in the booth. Now I target the youth and come talking that truth. No marketing boosting PR, out of my reach. Unless I'm chilling on the shores of some tropical beach. And sand warm with warm sands when waters are clear. I'm positive there, won't find me with no bottles of beer. I'm vegetarian, it probably what you thought that you had. This ain't no gimmick, I've been this way for dozens of years. My cousins and pairs, my family, my team, and my squad. Sure as Ray and Jesus, throw your threes for the God, come on.
Oh Lord, say Lord, how you get him on the record? Lightsaber, no sword, guess we both futuristic. Round table billboards, hardcore, altruistic. Tongue razor, mic cause, so you know we go ballistic. But ballistics always mystic, yellow tape around artistic. Messages from Chuck D, so Adidas laces missing. You know how I run me, DeLoreans all over sketches. Catch some bomb beat, I don't mess with politicians. Knowledge over everything, code over precious, flow over precious. Break modes in the essence, black mold in the essence. Unfold over crescents, that mean the wolves out. Hungry, questions, we just pull the soul out. Mummies, weapons, I'ma call the cold route. Bubbly, blessings, then I pump the clothes out. Left, right, ambidextrous just to get the gold out. Crypto, point the message.
Spit this bag is Jay. Get that bag.
Get that bag.
You need to get that bag.
Get that bag.
Get that bag.
Get that bag. Get that bag.
Get that bag. Get that bag.
Get
Jay
that
Cruz, he
bag.
gon' get that bag.
Get that
ProQuo, he
bag.
gon' get that bag.
Get that bag. Get that bag.
We out.
Keep the fist high for that one right there, man. We going overseas.
I heard that applause. That was kind of
That
cool
was
there.
very,
Don Juan.
very good, Don Juan. Man in the back. Yo, shout out Don Juan, HipHopCitizens.com. And
We don't really have many upbeat songs, man. Most of our songs are like that mellow vibe, you know what I'm saying? But that was
but like
kinda
I said though, when I'm listening to that playlist, the way you have it set up right now, it's so, dude. When we finish this, you're gonna be able to play it front and then back, and it's a whole nother vibe.
Yeah,
Just
no
like
doubt.
Kendrick did, like that. You know, you start off hype and slow, and then reverse it. You slow and off hype.
No doubt. I'm right in the someone's asking about the
Oh, Isaac, yeah.
how to get your stuff played. You do it like this. Let me show you. So let's go over here. We're gonna go over to my little Wi-Fi board here. Go over, and you go to the ProQuo show at. Whoops, that's a bad at
Oh, there it is.
Gmail.
.com.
Oh man, I got awful handwriting. You know that's supposed to say Gmail.
We're gonna say the ProQuo
gmail.com.
show at gmail.com. Real easy, my people.
Awful handwriting is what Pro has. Let me just tell you that.
Yeah, you do. It's okay though.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave that. I'm not even gonna do all that. So, well, actually, let's do this.
I'm it's funny because like I started off with pretty bad handwriting, but I don't know. I love my like calligraphy and stuff like that.
Yeah, no doubt.
So I don't know. It's a visual thing for me, but
Yeah, you were telling me
should've
my
seen
son. You were like, you gotta get him some
yeah,
calligraphy stuff, right?
this is the verse I wrote today.
What?
Can you see it?
Hold on, I gotta get off this.
You might be able to. I don't know.
I'm playing over here on my thing.
Don, throw that up real quick. Make that big. Can y'all see that?
Yeah,
So that's all in my pencil. You know what I mean? And that's messy. That's
how we
real
do.
messy.
That's how we
But,
do.
you know,
Keep it official.
yeah, gotta keep that pen and paper out. I couldn't find a pen, so I had to go with the pencil. But it was cool writing with a pencil. Actually, I haven't written with a pencil in a long time. But it was
Nothing wrong with
smooth. Slate
Yo,
on the paper.
Let me get that Ruby Shabazz
Yeah.
playing. I'm literally dropping this thing right here. You watch.
Shout out
me doing
Ruby.
it.
Shout out Fee. What was the other dude's name?
Who you talking about? Oh, her producer.
Yeah,
cat?
Diaria.
This playing right?
Nah, I'm
You
not
hearing it?
hearing nothing. No.
Nah, hold on. How did I mess y'all up like that? Oh, I know why. I did it as. See, I dropped it as I was thinking it was just a link in there. So let me try this one more time. Diaria, yeah, with the.
Yeah, he's a cool cat, man. He was so excited to get on the show.
Let me see. He won't be excited if I keep screwing up how to play the audio. I might have to play hers in a little bit because, you know, when I was playing them earlier, they were popping right up, but that didn't pop right up the same way because it just depends on how the link is sent in. But
Oh yeah.
yeah, it might be. Well, we'll get that.
We're
we'll
gonna get it
straight.
played tonight though. Shabazz.
Yeah. But anyways, check that out. Love Is Enough. You missed Ruby. Check out last week. And we'll get that up and running. So I should have downloaded that earlier. You know, I was last minute on it. I was like, yo, Ruby, hit me with that track again. So she was on standby status. She got that handled.
Yeah.
So are we gonna give a proper intro to our crew coming in right now? Want to give them that little intro?
Yeah, definitely. So who we got coming up next? We got 3 dope individuals, Sec2None crew, and these dudes putting in work. And you know, I had a really good connection with Illitent and Felix, who I met. They live right down the street from me, so I was like, "What?" And their movement is really cool because they have a strong why. You know what I mean? They're all working with each other, positive, and creating really good music. You know, from what I hear, and of course, you know, they have artist development going on in there and everything. So they're really planning their business strategy out, and it's cool seeing it in motion, man. And I'm glad that we got to get them on the show tonight. So
we got a
here
few
they are,
tracks
man.
from them in the cut too, man.
I
But we
think
got some
2 or 3.
music for them, so stand by. We're
Yeah.
talking on. We're gonna play some of their music as well.
So who gonna get that knock? We gonna knock them in?
Let's try knock together. Let's see if we can do it together. Let's see if it makes a bigger sound. Ready?
All right, let's do it. Ready?
One, two,
two,
three.
3.
It didn't make much sound, man. It didn't. I wasn't hearing it the way that we usually hear it.
I'm gonna keep.
Don Juan, we didn't hear it the way we usually do.
It's all
So
good.
Don Juan might be getting Cheetos or something. That, you know what that might mean? That might mean that he's trying to figure out who tonight's unofficial official sponsor is. You know, that's what it might be.
I figured it out, guys. I got to be on here with you. Now let's try it.
I see.
Yeah, yeah,
Let's,
all right,
let's
so-
try. Let's try. This is just my own guilty pleasure.
1, 2, 3. There it is.
Such a smooth sound
it
effect. Did I say sound effect? Did I let the secret out? Well, we knocked on the door that usually lets in our peoples. So let's see who's here. Yo, yo.
Yo,
What up?
Hey, the click.
Yo.
What's up? What's up?
What's going
Welcome.
on, people?
what's going on, fellas?
Not much, man.
Doing the thing, man.
All right, so we got everybody got to give a shout. Let's start with Illiton first. Pass it on. Introduce yourselves real quick so we can chop it up.
Yo, all right,
Oh,
there's
Felix.
Felix. Yo, is my mic at a good volume here?
Yeah, you good?
You
All
sound
right,
beautiful.
word. All right. So my name's Illiton. Part of the Sec2None team. I do audio engineering, production, and I'm a rapper on here. I also run the artist development portion of the label as well.
Do you make shirts as well? It looks like you got a whole stock back there, man.
Yeah, I got a little bit of merch back there,
I
but
see it. My goodness.
yeah, we got a blanket too, man. I got a whole Illiton blanket and everything.
All right.
There you go.
Next up.
Who's up? Who's up next?
Yo, what's good, y'all? It's your boy Fresh. You know me, I'm a hardworking individual for Sec2None. I've been around since 2017 with Felix. You know, I just move fast and like to have a good time. You know, I'm an artist. I've been working for about 7 years as an artist. Used to be a basketball player, but that was back in the days when I had some skills. I ain't got it no more. I'm kind of washed.
Hey, Fresh, I heard some records, bro, man. Woo.
Oh, love.
You got some heat.
Appreciate that, man. Like I just dropped my album back in September that just passed, and I just dropped a group album in January, just a couple weeks ago. So like I've been working hard, man. I appreciate that.
That's great.
In fact, your track is named Work, isn't it? Is that one of your tracks?
That was the title, yeah, for sure.
there we go.
That Work. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Very fitting.
Mm-hmm.
Who else up in there?
Who's next?
I guess I am. You know what I mean? What it is, your boy Raw Dud the Dunn, R3D, hailing from Patterson, New Jersey, Sec2None, artist and also sound engineer. Me and Illiton, you know, kind of go back and forth with the engineering as far as the team, and yeah, man, just here to, you know, put spotlight on the team and just keep grinding, man.
Yeah, that's what's up. R3D, I like that.
Felix up in there too, right?
Felix.
Yeah, excuse me, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah, brother.
All right, man. I'm Felix Hernandez. I'm the CEO and founder of Sec2None,
Well,
the crazy nut behind this maniac team.
Yeah, absolutely. Yo, I wanted to jump right out and ask y'all. I know Jay's got a whole bunch of questions for y'all probably, but main thing is for people who may not have heard of y'all, two things. Where you all from again? And what's home base again, right? Where y'all consider home base, if there is home base in the truest sense. And are you guys a collective? Like, is it a label? Is it a management company? Is it different crews? What's the whole situation?
We are based. I base it out of Manchester, New Hampshire, because that's where I'm at. We were a management company, and we're in the process of becoming actually a label as of right now. We just got our LLC recently, and we're in the process of turning this whole thing into a small independent record label.
Okay.
Dope.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
So are the artists individual, or is Sec2None also a group?
No, Sec2None is just the name of the whole collective.
Just the whole collective. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
And Felix, how many artists y'all got in the roster?
Right now, 12.
Ooh, 12, yeah.
Man.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna have to do this show a couple of times so we can get some of the other guys on here.
Yeah, you second in numbers, you're gonna be second on the show, man. You're gonna need a whole second show. That's dope. Second to none but us. Right? Come up next time. That's large, man. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, bro.
So what have you guys put out in the past?
Oh man.
Shit, I guess I'll go first. I just released an album in 2019 in December, right at the end of the year, called Rhyme and Reason. That was my first album out on like all majors. Since then, I've pretty much self-produced and engineered every single song I've done. I did 33 singles last year.
Wow.
And I'm trying to beat
Jay
that
Cruz.
this year. So,
Right?
Jay Cruz. And you're the one with the fast flow. I heard you,
Yeah.
man. I heard you. I sometimes be rhyming a little fast myself, so I was like, oh, okay, all right. Somebody that takes some talent. You're very precise too, man. So
thank you.
yeah, man. I you know, Jay and I were talking about that the other day. We were talking about sometimes people will rhyme fast that really should not be rhyming fast. You know what I'm saying? But you're
I
very
agree.
clear when you do that. You know, everything, you know, there's a difference between rhyming fast for the sake of it and rhyming fast when you're nice at it, you know, and it can take years to get to a point.
Yeah,
where
that's pretty much what I focused a lot strictly on like clarity before I like really learned how to like place syllables and really start picking up speed. Mainly because like I've listened to like Bone Thugs and Tech and you know, like hearing how clear those guys were, it was kind of like, you know, if I can't be on that level of clarity, then I shouldn't even be chopping, because if you can't understand what I'm saying, there's no point to me doing it. So
right. Absolutely. Yeah. It shows too, man. It shows.
He put that. I told him he put the 10,000 hours in plus.
Yeah.
Man. So, you know,
I mean, your ear immediately can hear that. You know what I'm saying? You can, and that's what we were kind of saying earlier too. Not to you guys, but we're saying that on that whole, when your crew gasses you or the people around you gas you, it's different when someone comes on and tells you that that's nice, that has never heard you before.
Yeah.
You know, so you grab the ear right away and it was like, yo, like that, the precision of it. Like, the whole crew is nice. It's obvious that you guys all have skills. But when your ear jumps up when you hear someone go at that speed, just kind of automatically. Doesn't necessarily mean, you know, it's not saying you're the greatest rapper in the world, or that you're not, or anyone who goes fast. But when you
I would
can
never
do
put
that,
myself in that category.
No, but still, though, the thing is that a lot of sometimes your ear will always gravitate towards the person who's sometimes faster, right, or who's got a crazy style, right? And it doesn't necessarily mean the content's there, but it sounds like you got it together. So what Jay's saying at 10,000 hours, that Malcolm Gladwell kind of theory, you know, if y'all haven't heard that, his claim is you put in 10,000 hours or something, right? You become an expert at it.
Yeah.
You know, 10,000 hours is a lot of hours. It's not, you know, it's kind of a loosey-goosey thing, but just saying you got to put in the time to be able to do that on demand and just make your words do that. So it's clear that this isn't something you've been doing a year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And if you have, you should be on, you know, America's Next Genius.
Yeah, brother.
How about the rest of y'all? What else y'all put out individually or collectively?
Yeah. You want to go out there?
Yeah, I go. So last year, I actually put out All That's Paid. That was my first album on majors. I had pretty much was doing the mixtape game when I was in Japan with this other crew called Dark Empire. Shout out to them; they still the family or whatever.
Oh, Japan, that's what's up.
Yeah, got to move around, you know.
Crazy hip hop.
And by the way,
Definitely.
I like that the lighting situation you got on him right now.
Appreciate got to try to set the vibes, man. You
Yeah,
know,
man.
Yeah, man.
But,
I got mine. It fell on the floor too, man.
Hey, I swear, it's something about the lights that, like, I don't know what it is. Anytime we're in here, or like when the squad comes over, we're in a session, and I got these things going. It's just it's crazy energy. But All That's Paid was my first debut, and following that up with All That's Paid 2, Still Not Enough. That's dropping this year. A lot of dope features up there, and definitely trying to set that stage where it completely blows All That's Paid out the water. You know, I always talk about progressing, always talk about leveling up, and that's definitely the direction all of us are going. You know.
Now, are you all from all around, or is it like I heard the Manchester thing? But is that where y'all at, or what?
No. I'm in Maine. I'm actually in Wells, Maine right now. But
he said right now, as if like that's not the plan.
That's not the plan.
Wells, Maine is not the capital of hip hop. Is that what you're saying?
No, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, it's like you gotta change the feng shui up. You know, you can't have the same setting if you want to get to the a different destination. So you got to change up.
Man. I like that.
Nuggets.
Yo, that's it. See, once you people fall in love with peace and serenity, if you can escape the loud hustle and bustle and all the noise to have some peace and quiet to be able to think and start achieving your goals, yo, you got to do what you got to do. And I'll tell you what, Maine is nice.
Maine's got some people.
Okay.
Yo, there's some shout outs over here in the chat, man. Michael was shouting shout out to Fresh, but NL Edificio said Felix Hernandez from WBLS. Do you know someone named NL Edificio, the official?
No.
Nah,
that I know.
he knows you, man. Maybe you're not from BLS, but
No, I'm not from BLS. So
No,
you got somebody else with the same name.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of Felix Hernandezes in this country. So
Michael's giving the shout out to Raw Deal. We see that DJ Phase Uno said he's being clever there. Sometimes I rhyme slow, sometimes I rhyme quick. Nice and smooth. Shout out there. Yo, fresh ride out, bro. Felix, what up, bro? Sec2None, stand up. Cool. So some people shouting you out.
Yeah, brother.
Oh, Jimmy James.
Jimmy
James,
Hey.
what's up, brother? How you doing, man?
What up, man? I'm all right, man. I just got the message now, bro. I just got it now. I was like, shit, I'm missing out.
You're here now, man. You're here now. What do you do, Jimmy James?
Yeah, talk to us, man.
What's up, yo? This is Jimmy James, Frequency, Sec2None, Sec2None, the movement.
Are you an MC or what you do?
I'm an artist.
All right.
I'm a writer, artist, performer, MC, all around MC.
Dope.
Cool.
Dope.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, man. We were going through the whole. Look at this side, man. We busting at the seams right now. Looking like the damn Brady Bunch.
I was just gonna say that.
Right. That's dope, man. Nothing wrong with that.
No, that's a great thing.
That Brady Bunch is they set the standard for being in the box, man.
Yeah, for real.
Back then, like when I hope it was reruns. I hope I'm not that old. I couldn't have seen the originals. But back then, when that came out, I was always like, how did they get them in the box? You know what I mean? Like, how did they do that? You know, like that was crazy tech for back then. It was no Zoom.
Now Zoom
TV
works.
show Zoom, but that's another issue. Yeah.
So what, yo? We gonna jump off with a record? You think?
Yeah, man. So I'm gonna ask y'all. I got that. So in order, I got in here Illithon song. I got Work, and it looks like On That featuring Illithon. What are we running first?
play them in order.
Play them in order.
Yeah,
All right, so
work.
I don't know if we'll be able to get through all three in full, but we'll at least give you pieces of all three. Does that sound good?
Work.
All right, to try to make it happen. All right, so let's see if we can share that. I think we got it good now. I think I got it all set. I figured out my past issue.
Someone want to intro the first song?
Illy.
What did I send in? Wait.
We're going with we're going with Wait.
That's wait.
All right.
Well,
Yeah,
it's about
this-
to play. So there you go. What do you want
All
to say?
right. Yeah, no, this is this song is called Wait. This was one of the singles that I was gonna release off of a project I'm working on right now, but ended up just releasing it as a single because I got a whole bunch more coming. So
All right, Illithon, Wait no longer.
And boys, mute your mics while it's playing.
Yeah, everybody mute up. Here we go.
All right.
Just so you know, probably ain't hearing that.
Ah, man, I hear it well.
Yeah, I'm not hearing it. I lost all sound now.
I don't hear any music.
Yeah, we lost it. We lost it all. Oh, there we go. We good now.
I said wait, hold up. I said wait, hold up. Just give me those rhymes, don't waste no time. When I feel it, put it in my lines. Man, you know I've been on my grind. Wait, hold up. I said wait, hold up. Just give me those rhymes, don't waste no time. When I feel it, put it in my lines. Man, you know I've been on my grind. Talk about grime, this shit I got rhymes galore. Timing in my lines, get perfect scores. Fuck around if I be sitting right next door to your left and when they try to give me my awards. I'm ill, got too many hits in store. Shit slapping it, I really got a Richter score. Ain't got a lot of work to do to build my tour. So serve the way we get left ashore. Bust this down, ain't nobody wanna what I'm on right now. Yeah, can I be touched right now? Gloves off, and I'm working in the booth right now. Shit is to the roof right now, but they really wanna prove my style. Like a ride with the venom with a blue 5 round. Set a fire, literally I go boom right now. Been up on my every song when I produce my style. Whoa, how you gonna copy rap when the flow is incredibly on point like that? And if it be up and known that I'm coming for the throne, I've been way too in the zone to be falling back. There ain't a way that it's finna play in the kind of way when I say what I gotta say to be on the same side when I'm finna ride on a different day. I'm alive when I get a vibe. You can feel the same. I said wait, hold up. I said wait, Holla, just give me those rhymes. Don't waste no time. When I feel it, put it in my lines. Man, you know I've been on my grind, my grind. Wait, holla, I said wait. Holla, just give me those rhymes. Don't waste no time. When I feel it, put it in my lines. Man, you know I've been on my grind, my grind. Take flight, I'm in the zone, the throne is mine. Let me shine, the gold, the flow is so divine. I've been told the only road to go is mine. So it's so, I guess, you know, I'm on the grind, yeah. Give me the mic and let me get it. About to pick up a level of my limits. I don't do it for the money or the clothes or the cars and the hoes. I don't need no gimmicks. At it for a while, you can tell about it work. When the money ain't shit, but the money don't hurt. Say it ain't a competition, but you wanna get it first. You the reason why I do it, ain't it funny how it work? Whoa, I've been incredible though. I mean serious, so you can feel the effortless flow. In any beat I make it decimeters, set it to blow. So in any event, I guess I've been ahead of the foe. Lame rappers wanna get a little bit of the chair. Break it down by the syllable, it's simple, and yet you feel the need to make a song and say you bombing. I bet you got a budget, need to build a better stay in the nest. I'm a riptide, taking over everything into the shit mind. Gotta recognize, stop and let it incline. To a shot where you really got a decide. Money, money, money on my mind. Wait.
Polished.
All right, y'all. That's what I'm saying, man. Polished.
Yeah.
Polished.
Sounds good. That shit sounds really
crazy.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
We're going to jump right into, I think it's Forever Fresh's, you go by Forever Fresh in full. Okay, I see. We'll play a little bit of that Work by Fresh. Get that up
Okay,
there.
yeah.
Word.
It's Dougie. Yo, this is how you get paid, yo. First you need a good connect, like Lego. Second, cook it, watch it form like Play-Doh. Devilish, but I got a halo. Get around sorta like J-Lo. Work harder than 13 Pedros. Sexy chick, kissing on the navel. In it with my brothers, no Cain and Abel. Eating no food, it's just money on the table. Winning the race, you just stuck in the stable. Don't believe your stories, they be all fables. End up on the ground, medics can't save you. Oh, yeah, mama told me always reach for the stars. Can't see the end if your ass never start. Real and the fake, learn to tell it apart. Putting in work, reaching my mark. Work, 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 work. All I do is put in work, 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 work. All I know is put in. I never sleep, stay on the go. Ain't nothing funny about being broke. Mapping out life while I roll up some smoke. You ain't clocked in, but stay doing the most. Y'all niggas jokes, this just turned into a roast. Celebrate life every day with a toast. Know when I'm done, I go down as a goat. If you on top, gotta come for your throat. Putting in overtime. Yeah, all that I know is grind. Handle your business, homie. Don't worry about mine. I'm doing just fine. Gotta go put in some work. I ain't gonna stop even when this shit hurt. I'ma go get it till I leave this earth. Work, 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 work. All I do is put in work, 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 work. All I know is put in work.
Yeah, work.
Yo,
Fresh.
the wing
club
got
action
stand
right
up.
there. Yes, sir.
Shoot.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I love that track.
He slapped me in the face with the presence. I was like, bah.
And now we know why you gotta have 14 acts, man. You gotta.
Hey, that was real fresh, man.
Absolutely. All right, let's jump into on that. So this is who's in.
So
on
that's my track. That's a single from All That's Played 2. It's actually the first collab me and Illison ever had, and it was like a year in the making. Believe it or not.
All right, cool. So it's officially by who then?
Me, Raw Did It Done, featuring my boy Illison.
All right, cool. Got it.
All right, cool.
Wasn't sure how many cats in there. Okay, got you. All right, let's try that one more time. Let's make sure. I want to make sure we get that audio. Pete, the audio sounded real crispy there, Don Juan. I hear you. I heard you say it was a little audio step up. So let's sounded crispy. Sometimes we're gigging to it because the way we hear it isn't always the way y'all hear it, but we can tell that one's bumping a little better than
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah. All I gotta say to that, man. I just want to give everybody a round of applause because that joint was sounding right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Thank you.
On that, featuring Illison.
Go ahead.
I was trying. It liked me for the first second. Hold on, let's try one more time. Better?
You know, for the longest, I've been trying to tell people I've been on that. But it's like nobody really want to take you serious until they see you out here making moves. Well, you know what? I bet these niggas know now, though. Yes. Yes. Raw Did It Done. things take time. Knew I had to have, I've been standing in line. Put in so much work, double shifts plus some overtime. Always hungry for more, so that ethic grew to new heights. And the grinder was a federal charge, did a nigga face in life. Moms professed that I had to shine. Never settled, not one time. Be the first to pull if you cross the line. Persevered and got mines. Fuck whatever you thinking, now they saying that he conceded. But the moment that they all need you, all that hate and getting deleted. Blowing up, they don't like that. Bitches call, never call back. I don't trust none of these snake bitches. Quit the fuck trying to get the riches. Cocky boy, not ever. Just know I'm good at seeing things better. Don't ever try to outbox me. Philly shell and I'm tight clever. Told niggas before, let me tell you again. I see the hate in they eyes. Anytime these records spin, I see the nigga that they slept on. I broke through the wire. The only thing that's stopping me would be if a nigga retire. Never. What goes around always comes back. Gotta get it how you live. I need all that. Been the truth for a minute and that's all fact. So the hating that you do always falls flat. Always in my bag, always on my mind. No time to fuck around, know that it's my time. Living my life and they don't like that. Can't ride with me now, I've been on that, whoa. Some people live it, while these others seem to talk. So put this dick in your mouth, fuck what you thought. Before you up, gotta crawl before you walk. Facts. Keep a sharp eye for this paper, been a hawk. And I stay ready, before the fame changed the game heavy. Weather the storm, then got on when the weight's heavy. Living through this pain, I can do this shit for days. Middle finger to them doubters, said I end up in the grave. Fuck y'all niggas. Shout out to all the people always doubting me. I been about this life, damn right I live it proudly. Always on a mission, always moving, going up. So frankly, if you don't fuck with me, do you think I give a fuck? Never catch me slipping, cause I'm always thinking different. Going for the 6 rings, like Jordan did with Pippen. Your shorty want a hero, don't do capes, what she sniffing? But I knock it out the park like my name was Cal Ripken. What goes around always comes back. Gotta get it how you live, I need all that. Been the truth for a minute and that's all fact. So the hating that you do always falls flat. Always in my bag, always on my mind. No time to fuck around, know that it's my time. Living my life and they don't like that. Can't ride with me now, I've been on that, whoa.
What goes around comes around, it's just a fact of the matter. People love to hate your grind when you climbing the ladder. I change the way I operate, now I got time as a rapper to elevate my way of living while the rest you stagger. Don't need no validation, don't need no complications, don't need your push and pull, I got this, it's my occupation. They want me blowing up, but don't wanna help. They want me showing love, don't show no love they self. What do you think I'm doing? Man, I got this dream pursuing, cause I've been dreaming lucid. On that cause we the movement, y'all really don't recognize it when I make these records pile. Don't check yourself or wreck yourself, boy, reconcile. We second to none, you never been up your whole direction wild. We keep it 100, y'all ain't stunting, y'all just in denial. So what do we do when we popping off? You can't mirror me now cause I'm off the wall. You wanna bury my sound, you would drop the ball. I got all I need, you not involved.
What goes around always comes back. Gotta get it how you live, I need all that. Been the truth for a minute and that's all fact. So the hating that you do always falls flat. Always in my bag, always on my mind. No time to fuck around, know that it's my time. Living my life and they don't like that. Can't ride with me now, I've been on that, whoa.
We got some comments in there. People want to know what equipment do y'all use to make the beats.
Yeah.
People want to know because that must mean it sounded real crispy, fellas. So nice work,
y'all mixing sounding on point, man. What's up, Shorty? Hey, come over here and say hi real quick to the people. Hold up, Shorty. You gotta walk around this way, boo boo.
Special guest.
That's what's
Special
up.
guest here. Hold on.
She gonna
She
wave
must
her
have been
pretty
gigging
face
to it.
over there. She
What's up?
What's going on?
What's going on?
Mom side.
Hey, baby.
I never know if it's your daughter or your lady coming in.
Oh, yeah. You said I don't know if that's your daughter or your lady coming in.
Well, you say, "Oh, what's up, boo boo? How you doing?" And I was like, "Is that could be your daughter?" Or I don't know.
So nice of you.
Yeah, you know?
Black don't crack, you know this.
Black don't crack.
Well, I was even saying it before you even came on the
Love you,
screen,
baby.
but now that you came on the screen, it's definitely true. You know, I was just like,
Yo,
Jay,
get that bag.
You keeping the youngin' up early? Yo, nice work, fellas. Nice work.
Great job.
Thank you.
I love you. You got a really unique sound to you. You got your own style, man. Yeah.
Got it in my head, yo.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Whoa. What you call it? Just play it.
Yeah.
You know, it's pretty crazy when we when I started building this some years ago, when the first couple of people with the team were Fresh and Illiton, and I built this team to find uniqueness in artists. Like it had to be, I wanted to find a bunch of artists that were so different from everybody else on the team. Didn't want people sounding alike, making the same type of music.
Yeah.
And we've actually accomplished that. We have 12 artists that sound nothing alike from any of the other ones. So, but we still make tracks together, and of course you can see them. R3D and Illiton working there together, and they made a dope track. And we've been doing that for a while, and we really do really well working together.
That's the key, yeah, man. The unity that I see with you guys,
there's no egos on this team.
Nah, right.
No
And you
time
mentioned,
for it.
you said that you emphasize that a lot, and I like that, Felix. Like, no egos. You know what I mean? Like, we're all trying to get better. No one's better than anybody else. We all gonna, come together and step our game up and inspire each other.
That sells Jay Cruz every time. Let me tell you, because that's his motto right there, man.
Yeah,
I mean, don't get me wrong. We all have our own egos in our own right, but we know how to keep them in check. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
we know.
it comes out in the music. That's where the egos come out. We
know how good. We know how good the music is that we put out. I mean, I feel like we're slept on at the same time, but we know how good the music is that's put out by Sec2None artists, and we're growing. We're building and we're growing. Eventually, people will definitely start listening. People are starting to listen now. So.
That's it, man. I mean, how difficult is it really when you're representing New England, trying to come up in a place that doesn't have industry, and creating that industry is huge. Because talking to you, talking to M. Dot, and I'm like, yo, we could be doing live events on this, these live streams and just doing performances and doing shows while everything else is locked up, and showing that New England got talent and there is unity. We're not hating our neighbor. We're not hating the next state. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's huge, man.
It's tough. We're the most slept on region in the country, in my opinion. But yet New England has got some of the dopest artists. I mean, no disrespect to anybody. You got artists like Joyner Lucas, Terminology, Sleen,
Millie's,
Token,
Millie's,
Correct.
Millie's,
Millie's, yes.
That's the homie.
I don't want to forget anybody. We've done shows with Millie's.
Well, it's a good thing when you start to get so many that you start forgetting. Man.
Exactly.
That's a good thing.
So the
That's
thing
a
is,
sign.
I feel that we have artists on this team that can compete with anybody in the New England area. And again, no disrespect to anybody. I'm a fan. I did shows with Joyner Lucas before he became as famous as he is now. So it's just a matter of it's time for us to start getting heard. We want to make New England bigger. We want people to know New England for more than just those guys.
Yeah.
We're next on the map.
Oh yeah. Hey, Pro, your camera off, right?
Yeah. I think it just jumped off. I'm not exactly sure what
Crashed
happened there, but it says it's on, but it's not. So
I had that same issue.
Yeah. It's all good. That's probably because we got so many cameras in there at once, but it's all good. I don't need to be seen. At the same time, what I would always say too is, formerly I ran something called the Mass Industry Committee with about 5 or 6 other people. We threw the award shows for Boston multiple years. It's incredibly difficult when you have so many artists, right? When there's so many artists, it's like, well, who can you promote? Everybody's hungry. Everybody's trying to do something. And I think in the long run, the consistency pays off, because eventually you do get heard. And what's the tricky part is, how do you stay active, right? When people have kids, when people have families, when people have jobs, right? How do you find a way to stay active and relevant? And that's the 24 the 24 questions that I'd say that are most important. When you look at those top ones, it's like number 1, boom, got a question for every hour. How do you stay together and relevant when there are so many other artists competing for airtime? Like what makes you consistently get heard? And that's a tough thing to answer, because as you stated, man, you got people like Joyner, Joyner's world class. He's a world class MC. Make no mistake about it. That dude has put in, hours and hours and hours. He's out the box. He's creative. He lives it. It's full time, and he's willing to move, willing to take trips, willing to travel. As you guys were speaking about too. But it's how are you able to maintain that? Like, do you have to switch a full-time job? Do you have to quit? how do you do that? It's such a struggle, you know. So I think Jay hit it too. You know, the unity thing is important as an industry, as an area. And it's sort of that each one promote one in a way. You know, you hear somebody else that's dope.
We definitely don't have much unity out there. It's been a major problem in the industry, and it's a major problem in New England in general, because everybody's about, you know, a lot of people in New England, and there's a lot of great artists out there, but some of them are just, you know, it ain't about unity. It's about I'm better than everybody, or I'm better than him, and him. And it's like, let's try to get this thing on the map, man. We're all trying to get to the same place. We're all trying to make it in this industry.
Right.
So there's no need for all that. It's just unnecessary, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, that's big facts, man. For sure.
Yeah, keep consistent, man. Keep that grind up, and you know, I hope that more people hear you guys, and you know that you guys can keep, you know, Voltron together when you need to, and then use all the individual pieces to go promoting in different corners, and you know what I mean. Hop on other tracks, do what you got to do, and just keep pushing the click, and you know that's probably the best tool you can do. You know,
I would say one thing about this collective in general, since we all came together, you know, it's the simple fact that nobody is slacking off. If we see somebody slacking off, we're like on them, you know. At the same time, it's kind of like a healthy competition between us, which also pushes us to be better, you know. But we just live by that, you know, patience plus perseverance will always and only equal prosperity. So just got to keep moving and keep each other focused, and we're in there.
Yeah, I like that, man. Patience.
We working hard. Oh, my bad, Chris. My bad. Yeah, no, we working hard right now. Like Sec2None, we are working on the compilation album right now as a group, just to solidify us as a, you know, as a label. So we've been working hard on that too. I know everybody. We've been linking up a couple times, and like we push each other in the studio. And like Illatin will start a song, and he'll start killing it, and then that'll make 3D go harder, make me go harder. So we've been putting out some good music just by being in the studio together with each other, because we just push each other to make doper music. So I'm really looking forward to what we got coming out, coming up in the future for our new project too.
See, what Fresh don't tell you though. See, Fresh. Just a little backstory talking about the studio. Fresh we was in there working on a record, and Fresh, you know, had to take a little quick nap and everything. I was still up,
like 4 in the morning.
4 in the morning, I gotta get it. Like I don't sleep, so like by the time he got up, it was like, all right, y'all ready to work? I'm like, I'm already done, and he's like, what? I'm like, it's already done. He's like, no ways. Played him the record. He's like, oh, see, now you go put the pressure on me. So it's kind of like that, you know?
Yeah. I like that, man.
Mm-hmm.
So now you guys all each have your own recording setups.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And see, we talked about that on our previous shows when we were speaking out to artists and saying how important it is to, number one, record your music yourself. So in case COVID-19 hits, you got something to work with. You know what I mean? So many people fell out of it, right? They got shut down and turned off by this problem, where people like ourselves have the equipment. We got the studio, we got the tools to make our music, and we're getting, you know, we're going to be profiting from this in the future because of that. You know?
Yeah. No, I think like personally for me, the whole pandemic thing was like a huge blessing in disguise, I think personally, to this whole team, because it really gave us the time to think about what we needed to get done in order to make this a label, as well as what we were missing as individual artists in order to be like collecting what we should be collecting on royalties. Because like before, we were just kind of like balls to the wall, like get as much music out as we can, try to do as many shows as we can, and we weren't really paying attention so much to like the admin side, like doing the business aspect of things. So having all this downtime, like for me personally, you know, being a subcontractor, like I do drywall, so like nobody wants me in their house right now. So I've been out of work for a minute. So, you know, this has given me plenty of time to figure out like what I need to do to kind of get myself to the next level, you know, and during this whole thing, like I've, you know, learned how to, you know, do audio engineering. Like now I mix everybody's stuff. I got better with, you know, making beats. Like everything I do at this point is self-produced for the most part. I would say 99% of my catalog is self-produced now. So, I think it really gave us a good amount of downtime to really figure out what we needed to do and, you know, kind of perfect it a little more.
Word. And to piggyback off of that, like, yeah, for real, like I didn't have anything done when COVID hit. And then since COVID, like I was able to, like September, I dropped my first debut album. Just here in January, I was able to drop a group project with my group, The Horsemen. So like in the last 4 or 5 months, like I was able to put out two solid bodies of work. So like, if it wasn't for COVID, that would have never happened. So like, I don't want to say COVID is a good thing, but in its own little way, it was kind of a blessing to get that much personal time to yourself and work on the craft and everything.
Yeah, we talked about, you got to think, right? When COVID hit, the person who you are came out in full, right? And you started to really see, like, that person that was going to work every day, right? They were in there, they have their kids at home and their wife, and then come to find out that he can't go to work no more. He finds out he hates his wife and he can't stand his kids, right? That's one side of the coin. Then on the other side of the coin, you got that dude that's like, yo, I get to see my Pro and myself, more Pro, but I get to see my child every day. I get to wake up every day, be with my child. That's a blessing. And then also have all this.
Amen.
Curse and blessings all over the place, but we are blessed for sure.
Definitely. It's all about how you make it. Like with me, being up and like out all the time is like when I come back, I have to put in 10 times as much work to catch up with the rest of the guys because I've been gone for the week. But since COVID hit, it was like, man, I got time to balance, and balance by far is like the greatest blessing you can ever have. You know what I mean? Because it just opens up every pathway that you never thought you had possible.
Without balance,
you taught me that, homie, and I'm a Libra.
See,
I should have natural balance.
There you go. Balance.
3D
is tough,
always
man.
keep me. 3D one of my day ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we've been through some stuff, man. Jim, we definitely been through some stuff, but
some stuff, bro, man.
Still holding.
Yeah, man. Like that's what it's much more than just music. You know what I mean? It's like there's friendships in this, like everybody was saying, the COVID pushed everybody. Like it either made you or broke you. You know what I mean? You could either keep going in this and do it yourself.
I know his computer crashed on him, man.
Nah, I don't know. I don't really know if it is my computer, man. Everything's up and running, and it just don't want to show me. So I'm good. Okay. I see me all the time. No, I would say though, while I'm talking, is that you guys kind of hit on the truth right there, though. That big truth and the big facts for everybody listening is really, making the most of the time is not just for now for COVID, but the question is, and kind of at what I was speaking about earlier, like how do you stay consistent? One of the things that allows a lot of people to do that is when they figure out some kind of life balance that they can have when we're back in the real world. Like, what is, we don't all have the luxury to just pick and choose our jobs, but you do have the luxury to plan, and think about, okay, 5 years from now, what do I need to do with my life so that I can have the time that I need to be able to put it in like this, and I was teaching high school before I was teaching college. My life is incredibly more flexible since I started doing college compared to high school, because that's just the nature of it, but that was a plan as well. And when I was renting cars from 8 to 7, well, Fee and I weren't really putting out that much music. We put out music here and there. We couldn't.
Hey guys, I gotta step out of here for a second. My camera's still gonna be on.
No doubt, man.
Okay, yeah, no doubt.
But the main point is like, you got to figure that out for when COVID comes back, and just kind of everybody always has to assess and say, how can I create my life to work like that if you can? And if you can, that's the secret. And if you can't, it's difficult. You just have to go on the part-time schedule, and that's hard,
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
But I think at that same time, it makes you that much more hungry though too, because like the little time. So the thing that I mean, like I said, I do a lot of reading, and some of the books that get me is like 48 Laws of Power, Art of Seduction, Rich Dad Poor Dad, stuff like that, right? But a lot of those pieces that I take away from it is that a lot of us don't understand that time is probably the greatest form of currency that we have, because for the simple fact, you can put all this time into something that you're not happy at, right? And look back on it from years from now, and you're like, man, where did the time go? That's time I can't get back, So the way you spend your time and how the way you value your time is definitely, as a person, separates you from the rest.
Yeah.
And once you understand that hey, like, a lot of people say that older people are angry. And it's not that older people are angry, it's just that older people know that their time is limited, so they don't have time to waste.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And they're hip to the bullshit.
Yeah.
And like better
People are hip
words.
to all
Yeah,
that
they don't have
bullshit.
time for like the games. Yeah. No doubt.
What made me realize and captivate time was when I heard somebody tell, I either read it or I heard it, when they said, yeah, so how long did it take to make that shirt? And the respect for it. I'm like, well, you know, they pressed it, whatever. But this dude was breaking it down to the threads, to the, you know, the finding the material and how many hands touched this to make this one thing, like the hand stitch kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that it may have taken a total of 6 hours to get something instantly when you purchase it. You saved yourself time to get, you know. So breaking down every second of your thought, if it's not being spent on a productive, positive thing, you're destroying yourself.
Amen.
You know what I mean? And it's, and you know, it takes a long time. The human is an incredible person, so it could take a long time to really destroy yourself. But you're gonna fall down, but you're gonna get back up. You're gonna quit. You're not gonna quit. You know what I mean?
Speaking of time, because we're running up on it, how do we make sure everybody can reach y'all? Y'all want to put some of that in the chat when you get a chance, either when you get off or when you get on, or shout it out now too, like how people can get at y'all.
All right, so I go by on every platform. You can find me under Forever Fresh 718. I do Facebook too. I ain't got no warrants, so if you want to look me up there, I do a lot on there. So I'm safe. So that's where you can find me.
There you go. Forever Fresh.
Forever Fresh with no warrants.
Yeah.
I love it.
I guess for
right,
me,
I'm Jimmy James. Can I go? Oh, 3D go. All right,
No, go ahead.
You
Go
wanna
ahead.
I don't know. All right. I just figured I need to go the left or to the right. I don't know. But my name's Jimmy James, man. Let me shine some light here because I'm outside. But I'm Jimmy James. I'm at JMusic246 on Twitter, on Instagram. I'm Jimmy James, no space with a Z, and that's on Facebook. I got multiple Facebook pages. You could also check out the Frequency page and at Frequency Hip Hop 603, and Sec2None page on Facebook is just new and up and running. That's the label, Sec2None, the movement. You know what I mean? We here, we her.
Yeah.
All right.
You're up, 3D.
Oh, my bad. I ain't want to cut nobody off. So yeah, Raw Dilla Done. You can just Google me or at Raw Dilla in your ear for everything. It's kind of like a play, like Flavor in your ear. That should date my age right there.
So my favorite joints right there.
You know what I'm saying? So Raw Dilla in your ear. And yeah, just follow the movement, man. Sec2None.
Word.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys can find me pretty much everywhere at Illitant. On my Instagram is at _Illitant_. If you guys can't find one of my profiles, you can definitely Google me. I'm Google verified, so I will come up immediately. If you guys type in Illitant on Google, you will find me literally everywhere.
You guys can hit me. You can hit me or Pro up with a message saying, "Yo, we heard that show. Where is this cat?" And we'll hook you guys up too. You know, hit the DM.
That's love. That's love.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. Appreciate you having us too, for real.
Yeah,
it's a blessing, man. It's a blessing.
Yeah,
in, man, anytime.
Blessed, man. We appreciate this. ProLyrical and Jay Cruz. We need to figure out a couple more dates so I can get the rest of my guys on here because they won't be happy if they don't get on.
Jelly.
Yeah, I didn't get to play any music because I came in a little late also, but I'd like to come back whenever, you know what I mean, you have.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we gotta break it up. We gotta break it up into groups because we have too many people.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. It's all good.
Yeah,
I mean, y'all can check out my music on Spotify, Apple Music, any platform. If y'all want to look my music up, it's Jimmy James, no space with a Z. You can type it into Google search, anything. I should be the first person coming up on anything.
Fresh cheese it over there. He's like,
Dougie's over there promoting. He's over there promoting the Dougie album.
Hey man, that's how you gotta do it.
Yo, Fresh, I'm about to grab my album here.
Yeah, that album's dope as fuck too. Like that album is dope.
I like that. I like the crew promotion. Yo,
I
make sure.
I want to make sure that. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, make sure that I didn't know if y'all caught me before, but just make sure y'all hop in the chat and put all your stuff in there for the people that are in there as well.
When do you type in? I can't even type in.
When you get off, then if you need to, when you're on social media, if you're on our Facebook or you're on the HipHopCitizen or you're on our YouTube, our YouTube is the ProQuo show.
Felix, hit chat. Felix, hit the thing.
We got it. We'll get it.
Either choose comments or private. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Felix is an OG. He don't really understand technology. You know what I mean?
Shut up. It's because the
he's a triple OG. Well, you're a triple OG. Maybe I'm just stereotypically saying it. Is
I'm
that even a
52
word?
years old. Leave me
Stereotyping
alone.
it.
He's a youngin.
Oh, he's
I
saying,
know. It's all good, brother. Hey, I'm still catching on.
He's making me feel young.
Bro, he's saying stereotype, bro.
All right, dog. We'll do that. Well, we gotta get y'all
Yeah.
out, but thanks for coming up, y'all.
Hey, can I say something?
Good, thank you, fam.
Yeah, what you got?
Yeah.
Hey, I just want to say, anybody out there that wants to get hold of Sec2None, we have you can find me at Felix Hernandez, just about on everything. Also, we have the Sec2None page on Facebook. Message us. We're always looking to work with people and anything, questions. Maybe looking to get some music mixed and mastered. Maybe a feature. We do charge a small fee for features. You heard some of our music here tonight. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed it. Get at us, man. We're always working.
Hell yeah.
All right, y'all. Thanks for coming up, y'all.
Hey, salute.
Thank you. Salute.
Sec2None.
Sec2None.
Hey, Felix and Elton, all y'all, we'll be chopping it up, man. Thanks again for coming on.
Anytime, Jay Cruz. You know what's up. You can hit me up anytime.
Hey, tell wifey I said what's up too, man.
I definitely will, man.
Yeah, for sure. Have a blessed night, man.
You too, brother.
Thank you.
Yo.
Bro, yeah, that was real cool, man.
Crazy, man.
It's great to see New England. It's funny because reality is Felix and I came together by accident, really. I had launched the New Hampshire HipHop.com, and he was like, "Yo, who is this?" Like,
oh yeah, because you were infringing on the New Hampshire thing, right?
Yeah, he's trying to get the New England thing.
Shout out to Alona. We see you back there, Alona. Alona's gonna be coming up in a little bit. She's up on the next show too. Sorry, Jay, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, that's all good.
Yeah. Friday Night Live.
Yeah. But it was really cool seeing someone else doing what I was thinking. You know what I mean? He already established the groundworks for it. And I'm like, man, this is real cool. And I went over, I visited him a few times and Illiton a few times. And, when I heard the artist, I'm like, damn, y'all got, you got polish. You put the work in. I hear it. And especially Illiton, being so meticulous. He's very much like me in that sense. I related to him a lot. I'm like, man, this dude, he's a perfectionist. And I told him, I'm like, you just got to make sure you know how to flip that switch on and off. You know what I mean? You cannot keep it on at all times.
We know what happens there, right? We know what happens there, Jay Cruz.
You start dwelling in the cave, man.
Yeah, man. You don't want to do that. You got to come up for air sometimes.
Yeah. So it's unfortunate, Pro. I can't see you, man.
It's all good, man. It's okay. I'm gonna jump into a video. Maybe get it straight. Maybe not, but it's okay.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna try to get that Ruby Shabazz on there, and then we're gonna get what you trying to hear, Stereotype, and then we'll get Alona up in here.
Yeah.
And yeah. So let me see what we can do here. Let's see what I got here. We got a little Ruby Shabazz. You seeing that?
I am seeing that.
Tell me if you're hearing that. You hearing that?
I am hearing that. Yes.
Available now.
Love is enough. Love is enough. Love is enough. Can you hear me?
I lost everything.
Yeah, I think we lost Pro for a second. I think he's going to reset up there for a second. But
yeah,
I must tell you this, Mr. Cruz, and I'm sorry, Mr. Cruz. Yes, you are Mr. Cruz. I didn't know to call you Quo or Cruz.
It don't matter. It's all good.
Yeah, yes. And I called you Mr. too. It's another foul, right?
I
like Quokane better anyways. But
Quokane is dope.
Quokane just sounds real ill, you know what I'm saying? But phenomenal show, man. Second to none. Man, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know it was a crew. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We got the second coming of the new Wu-Tang generation coming on here.
Dude, 14 artists, my dude. And they got female R&B artists, they got male R&B artists. It's like, so yeah, it was really cool.
They were packing heat too. They had some heat with them too. Unfortunately, we can't play them all, I guess,
I know. Hey, the people gotta go find them. You know?
To the best, we think we gotta have a part 2, 3, and 4 with them.
I think that's gonna happen, my dude.
Yeah, I think that'd be great to have.
Yeah, and again, hey, HipHopCitizen, we gotta shout out Don Juan the Mac right there, because look at that backdrop. This dude, it's so that is official. You look like you broadcasting on the news for real.
Hey,
tuning in, Fox.
Well, thanks to the fans and thanks to you for bringing them in. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, the budget's widened up a little bit. So we made some small improvements, and one of them is the sound. And I think that you guys are enjoying the sound. Looks like we got to work on the ProLyrical's camera there. Pro, are you with us?
I am.
Yeah, you were carrying the sound. When you left, you took the lovely Ruby with you.
That's unfortunate. I did not mean to. Are you hearing it now?
No. Not hearing the music yet.
Well,
but
let's get a little bit of Ruby there. Oh, sorry about that, folks.
We can hear you though. You sound.
I don't know why the man is fighting to hold me down, but they clearly are.
Yeah. Big shout out to
Militant.
Oh, look at that. There we go.
There it is, man. We got it back.
The man is holding me down. Love is enough.
For me. Do you believe me? Love's enough for we. Can you hear me? You are enough for me. Do you believe me? Love's enough for we. Let me hear you say that you believe me. Let me hear you say that love's so easy. And when you meant for we. Love's enough. Love's enough. Love's enough. Love is enough. You are enough. You are enough. You are enough. You are enough. When you let go of your feet and you manifest what's real. Say your world will lighten up. 'Cause you know that you're enough. You're enough. Can you hear me? You are enough for me. You believe me? Love's enough for we. Can you hear me? You are enough for me. You believe me? Love's enough for we. Love's enough. Love's enough. Love's enough. Love's enough. You are enough. You are enough. You are enough. You are enough. When you know that your love is just enough, you will do what your mind and heart say. No, you can't think of giving up, because love's gonna save the day. 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 Love's enough. Love's enough. Love's enough. Love's enough. You are enough. You are enough. You are enough. You are enough.
Ruby, man, you know that real you know, we get a shout out New England as well on that, because I know that's her hometown in Mass there. But that record is just so put together so well, you know, really is. And if you haven't copped that, make sure that you go check out Ruby Shabazz, again, titled Love Is Enough. We had her play. Oh, look at coming on the whiteboard there, Pro. Can't hear you, but it's all good. I know you're gonna be coming in. Ruby Shabazz, man.
She on the whiteboard.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
I hear you now.
Yeah, sorry. You know, I
It's
was
all good.
playing with my whiteboard, man. You know, Fee was gonna be on that whiteboard.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man.
Love it.
Yeah, that took me to the club, man. I was over
Definitely.
there gigging in the dark.
Yeah.
I'm just in the dark. Pretend I'm in the club right now.
Yeah, exactly. No, you don't need no lights. We're good.
Yeah.
You know, I was definitely clubbing over here. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, dude, that, you know what I'm saying? That got me woke up. You know what I'm saying? I was over here dancing.
Yeah.
I'm about to start sweating.
That's it.
Yeah, I kind of like this format with me being just the empty black void. I kind of think that's cool.
Empty black
it
void.
It just shut out. Right, one
don't
more
know.
person came in and it all shut down. It never wanted me to come back in. I'm like, okay.
It looks like a lazy host though to me, Pro.
I didn't touch anything. I was just sitting there, and all of a sudden, my screen. One dude popped in. My screen went dark. I'm like, all right, I guess they have a limit. So I'm like, but still, it must be the first person in, because I was the first one in, last one to get booted. No, first one to get booted, really, but it's all good.
Yeah. So What we got? What we gonna give them a little taste? We gonna give them.
Oh, we gonna give them something of ours. Is that what you're
Yeah,
saying?
but I mean, unfortunately, you can't do it. I did show this earlier, but we have a few official, unofficial sponsorships.
Oh,
But-
I definitely can tell you about some of them. I just can't show them. You're right though. What you
Yeah.
got? What you got?
So we're for the kids, the ProQuo show for the kids. So I'm gonna have to shout out Johnson and Johnson,
What?
the
Johnson
powder.
Johnson,
My
okay.
baby girl always smelling so good all the time.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what I can do though? What I can
What can
do?
you
I
do?
can look up my sponsor.
Oh.
Hold on, my unofficial sponsor, and I can share the screen when I find the picture. Oh, there it is, right there. You already saw it earlier, so you know. Now I'm going to share it in a second. So that Johnson Johnson does you right though?
Yeah, that does her right.
Yeah. I
She
hear you.
loves
Well,
it. And it does me right in the sense that I get to
indirectly.
smell her. Yes,
right.
it smells so good. I'm like, baby, you taken care of.
So my
You know?
unofficial official sponsor for the day, right there.
Yes,
That's
sir.
what it is. I got them on the desk right here, but you got to have your shout wipes to go, man. The travel pack. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
When you're feeling like you just got to get that stain out, and you don't want to, like I got my desk. Honestly, I got a new desk, and I got an ink pen on it. And I was like, I wonder if those will work. And you know what? They worked. So I was shouting out shout. Shout out to shout. Yeah, the unofficial official sponsor.
What is that song? Screaming, screaming, shout, twisted. Twist.
Yeah, twist and
man,
shout. Yo,
twist and shout.
Jay Cruz, I think I got another segment coming up. Instead of the unofficial official sponsor, we
Mhm.
need the unofficial sponsor. Those companies that you're not feeling.
Ooh,
And we need some participation. We need some comments from people to tell us who is what company are you really not feeling? And you can keep it positive and give us an unofficial official sponsorship. Please chime in. But I just want to put one out there. For the longest time, my unofficial sponsorship was definitely Comcast. Yo, Xfinity, dog. I mean, I might get shut down right now as I got a new hookup today. I got the 600, MPS. Yo, as opposed to 200. Seeing that last bill, it was like another $15 on top of the 200 and something, right? I was like, yo, I got to make that call. So I make the call. They got the only new if you're looking, right? Like, hey, want a different service or whatever?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, it was like $120 or whatever.
Yeah.
You know how they play that game,
Look,
right?
Yo,
and you can't get a human. You can't get a human at Comcast.
No, hell no. You like it's easier to drown myself in a sink than to try to get somebody on the phone, man.
Absolutely. And so I got one. I got one on the
See that
phone, right? I figured out the system. So this is kind of a life hack. We were doing life hacks way back when. So this is kind of a life hack. They told me how to get through the system on Comcast.
Star.
Nah, not even. You ask it. You answer a question that it's not asking you. Basically, so she kind of broke it down. That's actually what I did. I was like, yo, how'd I get through? It was like, do you want to reschedule? Or 2, do you want to cancel for the person to come out? And I was like, no, neither. So I'm typing in. I'm like, dude never showed up. I don't want to cancel. I don't want to reschedule. I want the dude to come back to my house. So I'm just typing in all this garbage. And finally, it was like, oh, you must want to speak with our blah, blah, blah. Here's the real number to call a human. Yo, I was on that phone like 3 minutes. And I actually got someone. And it was actually the best service I've ever had from the Xfinity Comcast conglomeration. And by the way, their billing headquarters is still down the street from where I used to live back home. It was right at the end of the street. It was on like Brick Kiln Road or whatever, a Comcast bill. It used to be this old little Comcast shop right in the Chelmsford Lowell Billerica line. It's right there. It still is. But anyways, actually had good service, dog. So I was impressed. So right now,
they're such a big company. They need to provide that. But I'll tell you what, when you go and you try to save money, like, you know what? I'm gonna just get the internet.
Come
and it's
on.
like, all right, your monthly bill was $255
Yeah,
and it's
right.
now $195.
Yeah, man.
Say what?
Yeah.
But just internet? Oh, and you need to have a phone line with it too. Like, come
Yeah.
on, bro.
Fee saying Lord Claude's creeping in the dark. Fee, this is how we're doing from now on.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna be the black void just over there, and it's just gonna be Jay Cruz's handsome mug talking to the
Well,
wall.
thank you, my brother. You look like me, so we both handsome. I like that.
Yeah. But so I'm calling them unofficial official right now. I'm gonna give the shout out right now to Xfinity because they did me right. We had for a year, probably this is how bad it was. For a year and a half, I didn't even want to call because it's a waste of time. You can never speak to a human. You got to set aside like 20 minutes of your day to get through the Comcast, right? My downstairs TV the internet never works on it. Hasn't worked for like a year plus. I don't even care. I'm just like, whatever. I'll use the one upstairs. It's not that big of a deal. I just took the L. But the lady, you know, she took out the service charge or whatever because I had to pay just to come change the subscription and all that stuff and see what the issue was. And so she at least took that off. I mean, it was the minimum they could do. But she was actually the best person I ever spoke with. So shout out to Xfinity for actually not sucking.
Yeah, shout out to all them customer service people that provide world class customer service.
It was world class. It was good. So
that's huge.
They're saved. But next week they could be the unofficial sponsor or whoever you find. You know, let us know.
I thought you was gonna say somebody else, but we're not even.
Nah. They that's what happens when you got no competition. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you got one or two companies, these oligopoly, monopolies, whatever. You know what I mean?
We can't get nobody but Comcast,
and they're like the most profitable company in the world. So what are you gonna do? You know, they're up there. They're like Exxon. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and it's funny because I never thought about like who do I really not care for. So I'm gonna have to come back next week.
Unofficial sponsors.
After thinking about it, because I love everybody. You know, most
I know
times,
you, man.
I don't like the evil companies, but you know, one of them comes to mind. But I'm not gonna say because I really want to think about it.
You thinking? You think about who that is?
Well, all right. Just to be like. Amazon.
Oh, I knew you were going there. You're a post office man. You got that's gotta be the enemy.
Not because of that. It's not.
Yes, it is, dog.
It has a little bit to do with that. But
keep it 100, man.
We'll keep it 1,000.
Enemy. Yeah.
You know, the backdrop is that I care about the mom and pop shops. And, you know, I hear two different sides of the story. Like, you know, oh, they buy up all the goods from the mom and pop shops and sell it for them easy.
Right.
Or they put them out of business. I don't know what's true, but you know, that to me is a monopoly for sure. And you know, I'd say just because I'm delivering 17,000 packages a year,
wow,
you know, it shows that they're necessary and it is cool. But that's why I said I really don't have any companies that I'd say that I don't like. You know,
yeah, no doubt. Speaking of companies we do like though.
Yeah.
Speaking of companies, we do like HipHopCitizen, and I want to give a shout out to. I know they may have to bounce. I'm not sure if we're able to get them in quick enough. Hopefully, she can come back. But Alona is going to be, I think, co-hosting up on Friday Night Live. We were trying to get her up in here, but I know they're trying to get ready. So if she can bounce back in, maybe we'll try to get her on right now if she come in. But if not, check them out anyways. Friday Night Live, they're on after us at 11. Yeah. And speaking about us, Jay Cruz, before we play that joint. We also want to share with them this, right? We got the lineup.
Schedule, yeah.
So we got the little lineup. If you can't see it right there, you know, check it back in slow-mo, blow up your screen. But right now, we on that February, Black History Month. That's why I was rocking my Black Panther, man. But we got Sec2None. That's obviously tonight. Next week, a colleague of mine, Dr. Sandra Jowers-Barber. She's a historian, TV host, educator, academic author. She's coming up. 2/19, I'm real excited. In fact, I had another... official sponsorship right here, Aviator Cards, man. He's a magician and he's running for governor of Maryland. He's a Make-A-Wish alum. He had lymphoma back in the day and overcame that. Crazy nice dude and talented dude as well. Yeah, and when I say, you know, sometimes you hear, oh, and he's a magician. No, he's a serious, he's a serious magician, man. He's real dope with it. But his personality, you'll be like, oh, okay, like he's just kind of nice. And he's real nice, you know.
We might be getting some tricks out of you too. We don't know.
Yeah, I think I might share a little something. I was gonna do it tonight, but you know what I mean.
You're doing a trick right now with your camera.
I'm trying, man. I'm
You're
trying.
Getting the people prepared.
That's it.
And also just to let people know too, there's a possibility I haven't asked yet, and I'm sure it's going to work, where we're going to have Yahweh back on with us to talk about his album with Sandra Jowers.
Absolutely. We're going to try to get a little mix and match going up there too. We got Kendall Smiley. Kendall Smiley is a life coach, inspirational speaker. I've known Kendall for a long time, back from Boston. She's a designer. She was designing like crazy, like, you know, everything like customized jewelry and stuff. Is just crazy. Host of the Collective Chat, that's her new thing she's doing now. She's a cancer survivor, so she's always talking about, you know, inspirational speaking. She's a gem, so she's gonna be up here. And we got other folks too. We'll be adding to that as we go. But wanted to share that. And by the way, while I'm over here on my Facebook page, you see Jay Cruz, Professor Lyrical has a little lyric video out too for homework. You might have seen that, may not. We got our man Don Juan talking about what he's got going on with the audio and how crispy he's keeping it. And we got our man Yahweh right there. So there's the little promo for the corner brand. Don't sleep on Yahweh.
Yeah, wait. Shout out
and
Freedom
ProQuo.
Corner. Yeah,
And ProQuo.
ProQuo show. So we got Alona. She chilling.
Yeah, we're gonna get Alona up here. So let's meet Alona and talk to her and get her up here. Maybe Don Juan will come in too. I'm not sure, but what's up, Alona?
Hi.
Yo, what's up, Alona? Very nice to meet you. Thank you for coming on the show.
It's Alana.
Oh, Alana.
Alana.
Yes. How is everybody?
Fantastic.
I think I was thinking just because I'm alone and I'm like over here in the black void, and so
I'm alone here in Cincinnati.
Freudian slip. I hear
Yeah,
you.
so Pro got some camera issues right now. Got the new computer and it just does not want to put the screen
It's
on.
not. I'm telling you, it's not.
What
the
kind of computer
man.
is it?
It's not the computer. I'm on this.
Nah,
I'm on
yeah.
this camera 24/7. It's a Lenovo, but it's called a Yoga. So it's like it's a 2-in-1. It kind of flips into tablet or whatever. It's pretty nice. It's not like Don Juan quality. Like he's got like the car for a computer. You know what I'm saying? He's got like his computer can like cook breakfast and all that stuff. But it's it's dope. It's a dope computer. But it's the first time I've ever seen the camera go off in the middle of a session. But I think it was because we had 10 people up in here, man. I don't know.
It probably was. That probably was what it was. So so I believe I've heard your story. I can't remember though.
Me?
Yeah. What do you do for work?
Well, my 9 to 5, I teach people about their housing rights. I work for a nonprofit.
Oh,
and then I like to DJ. I'm a YouTuber and I like TikTok. That's where I have the most of my social media following. I have 8,000 something on TikTok, which I think is a lot for me.
Congratulations on that. I was all into TikTok in the beginning too, and I kind of fell off. But that's such a great platform. It opened me up actually to say, man, I could be me on this thing. And like,
yes,
it's really cool. Really a cool app.
I like it because, people are funny all over. It's like every neighborhood has a Kevin Hart, and these people are going hard playing 5 different roles in 60 seconds with different wigs and props just in their house. And it's so creative. I love it.
Yeah, that creative aspect too with these dudes doing the camera tricks and it's like and you can learn stuff on it. I mean, it's a great platform for
everything.
And really anybody that has a personality, lets people shine, show their true character and quality and stuff. It's something that I couldn't understand in the beginning because I'm like, why my 7-year-old daughter talking about this? Then I start watching Gary Vee and he's like, yo, you need to get on TikTok if you're an MC. So I'm like, all right, let me take it serious. Then I started to build my algorithm and I started finding like-minded people. I met probably about 2 handfuls of really great people that I've spoke with on FaceTimes and all that. So it's definitely a cool app.
And it's essential for the music industry now. If you don't have people doing a TikTok dance to your song, it's not a hit. I have been blown away that people who are underground and had something they put out 5 years ago just now pops on TikTok because somebody danced to it or used it under an emotional moment story. And I'm discovering so many new artists on there. I love it.
That's great. Yeah. So that could be another official or unofficial sponsorship. TikTok.
Right.
Well, I got free clothes from TikTok. So there is
there you go.
The benefit of getting some following.
Once you get into that marketplace, right? Now the whole game changes.
TikTok swag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For real.
We're gonna have to run one of your TikToks next time we have you up here. Then we'll be prepared.
Oh, anytime.
For sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love how easy it is to put the videos together too and all the filters. I started to do like 1-minute video. I put my song up and then you could grab it from TikTok, you know what I'm saying, when it was in sounds. And then I would do like a video of the song with the app. And I did like 6 or 7 of them. It was so fun, Yeah, cool stuff. TikTok.
Alana, are you an educator as well of some sort?
Yes.
So I remember Don Juan telling me a little bit about that. All right, tell us about that.
And I used to teach in Abu Dhabi. So I was a teacher of kids, and then I taught in Abu Dhabi for 7 years. Wow. So if there's anybody watching that speaks Arabic, that'd be great.
I was just talking about that this morning, about talking Arabic. And my school my son goes to, Arabic is probably the second biggest spoken language. But other than English, it's Spanish. It's a Spanish immersion school, but they could have a case for Arabic. And I was like, man, if they ever offered that, my son just got a new teacher, and one of the questions we asked her yesterday on the thing, well, some of the parents were like, "Do you speak any Spanish?" And she was like, "Oh, I had 3 years in high school." And I was like, "Man, I wonder if that was a hiring kind of condition where a lot of people are Spanish." I'm like, "What they should have is Arabic as a condition." And I was like, if they ever offered that, man, I would take that. Some professional development, like learn to try to speak Arabic. That's a tough language to learn, right?
Oh.
Well, being immersed, when I taught over there, I taught kindergarten and then first grade. And so, what the United Arab Emirates did with their money is fund it into their children, into the future. And to have, assalamu alaikum, DJ Fazweno. All right.
Zuno? Yeah.
Yeah, they put me next to a native from there in the kindergarten class. So if she's teaching, the alphabet in Arabic, I'm teaching it in English. It's like team teaching at the same time.
Right.
So it was like I'm sitting in kindergarten for 6 years. So yeah, if I didn't learn my alphabet and how to read, then I wasn't listening very well. So.
And what level are you at now with it after all that?
Oh, I still talk like a baby.
Oh, okay.
So,
Yeah, no doubt.
The way that language is written is so beautiful too.
And I can't write it. I can text it because I came over there as an adult and I can text people, but not really good at writing.
Yeah, it's tough when the
That's probably a lot of young people. They don't even teach cursive in the schools anymore. Like,
right.
I know, huh? Penmanship is going to be
Depends
a lot.
Where you are. Yeah.
It is.
You got to do that at home. You be like, but it brings up the issues.
My kid's going to be seeing the pen and paper, their whole upbringing.
Yeah, man.
I like when my daughter, she'll sit up there with me and she'll scribble, but I'm like, hey, at least you're doing it versus just being stuck to a phone texting.
So crazy. You're gonna be as an educator who has that background, all that background that you spoke about. Are you going to be bringing that to the next show? You're going to be like co-hosting? Is that what you're doing on Friday Night Live? Or are you just coming in when you can? Or what's the deal?
I think I'm just a special guest for once. Just to add a little estrogen to all the testosterone in here.
It's never bad. That's never bad. It's never a bad thing. Well, that's dope. I wasn't sure if this was another, it sounds like you have a lot of credentials there. So I was like, okay.
I try.
Yeah.
I just, in this time where everybody is social distancing, there's a lot of deaths lately, not just COVID, but people my age are dropping, heart disease. I mean, you see Chadwick Boseman this year, Natalie Desselle. You're seeing a lot of people gone before their time. And, I'm just going to make people laugh while we're here on this earth.
Yeah, that's really dope. You gotta be all you can be. And, technology, this is the lifestyle right now. This is what we can do to stepstone. You know what I mean? It's the first step to the, So it's good that you putting yourself out there. That's awesome. You know what I mean? Telling your story and giving your thoughts.
Now, are you literally going to be doing some comedy?
Oh yeah, I do. I play roles on there, and I have songs on there. I rap on there.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
I have not checked it. I now will. That's the impetus.
I'm Alana.Ballard on TikTok.
All right.
So.
Alana.Ballard. I'm about to TikTok. I'm about to get you.
Yes, I love it.
I think Alana didn't get to hear some of that stereotype.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I got to run that. Alana, I got to run one of our joints. You're welcome to stay, but I know you got to get bouncing soon too, right? You got to be hopping over there pretty soon. But we're gonna share this. Feel free to hop out. But this is one of our songs. Jay, tell him about it.
Yeah. So Stereotype. This is produced by my man D Right Way, and he's actually featured on it as well. And we had a lot of fun with it. It's one of the 19 records that we're putting together for our album, and it's still in its rough version, but damn near close to being where it needs to be.
And this one has Mr. Right Way on the very end after you and I.
It does.
Cool. Here it is.
ProQuo, baby. I feel like we grew up together, man.
True indeed.
And you know what I think we really did? Through this culture.
Right.
Let's talk to him, bro.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Check you in the sky, then I tip that fifth. Empowerment, not a powder sniff. Entitlement, not no power trip. Kobe Noor crowns on some diamond spin. Take it by the horns, we all ride with it. Haters transform in they irises. From LA to the seas to where the islands is. Saints versus the demons, whose side you with? Convert you real quick, we endow that flip. Short change, turn the stacks, that's the vibe you get. The ProQuo family got the Grammy slip. The big business tight, rockin' novices. Camilitans for my girls, fashion fine to dance. I get the world to old earth, that's my mama's win. Your perception all wrong, you reflecting with a king. That's directions in the song, see I find it from within. Like the length of vibration on some timelessness. 2020 vision seen in silenceness. The summer all wisdom in the rhymes we spit. Better than the money where your diamond is. The length of vibration on some timelessness. 2020 vision seen in silenceness. The summer all wisdom in the rhymes we spit. Better than the money where your conscience is.
Live in stereo, who's anchored down the lines in scenarios or cameo performances, enamoured since Arsenio. Coming into America, yo, think it's like them video stereotypes. We got all types in our cities, yo. See, many got them viruses. Downloading what they shouldn't on some pirating. Not only on that music, someone violencing. Welcoming in their parlors while they smiling. You'll find them in places we didn't think it all. Looters to school shooters, capitals at the mall. Rap ain't all y'all think it's cracked out to be. The industry feels still, many look cracked out to me. No doubt to me, this whole game's about to be switched up on the flip and how we think about drip. Zooming out with ProQuo, calling out classic. Cause they all classics.
The length of vibration on some timelessness. 2020 vision seen in silenceness. The summer all wisdom in the rhymes we spit. Better than the money where your diamond is. The length of vibration on some timelessness. 2020 vision seen in silenceness. The summer all wisdom in the rhymes we spit. Better than the money where your conscience is.
Flying higher than pilots you can't ignore. In the strip with vibrations that's deeper than ocean floors. Fact, show enlightenment when speaking it through the core. I'm excited cause I'm thriving with people who see it more. That's fact. No inviting the haters forever snore. Why you sleeping on the greatest? I'm bringing it rugged raw. Wake up. Nazi rubber when I spit, I'm in a great place. Yeah. Mount Rushmore, you're looking at a great face. I'm straight cool when I speak, ice in the lake. I Jay Cruz on the beat, we run a great race. I'll never lose to the weak, my mental shape great. Yes. I'm thinking bigger, tell obesity is okay. Yes. Food for thought, the perfect dinner with a whole steak. Facts to the police with agendas, this a whole case. You try that with me, it's a killing spree for 4 days.
The length of vibration on some timelessness. 2020 vision seen in silenceness. The summer all wisdom in the rhymes we spit. Better than the money where your diamond is. The length of vibration on some timelessness. 2020 vision seen in silenceness. The summer all wisdom in the rhymes we spit. Better than the money where your conscience is.
Length of vibration on some timelessness. Everybody knows how my time is spent. I sit around writing all these dope lyrics because a dope lyricist gets down like this. You know ProQuo got that timelessness. We do it on our shows on the timeless tip. Everybody check in from where they are. It don't matter if they're here or Costa Rica. Yeah, you know that they got that timelessness. Everybody get down with the rhyme that is. You know ProQuo so fly as shit. No violence is.
Oh, he's back. I gotta have him raise the level on that whistle when we bring the hook in. That's gonna fix that mix issue. Oh, you in pro? We got your back, brother. It's good to see you.
What up?
I can hear you too.
That little echo?
Yeah, no? Yeah, a little bit. Not too bad. It's not too bad though. It's good. I see what you did. Good man.
Had to do a little something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nope.
So yeah, that joint's that's like the mix 4 or 5. But yeah, from where it was to where it is now, it's a big step up.
Absolutely.
You know,
I got to take the headphones off. That's what's giving me the echo.
I feel like that's a great riding in your car type of jam.
Yeah, it's chill.
Mm-hmm.
The length of vibration on some timelessness. Jay had me singing at the end. I was like, wilding out on the end. That was the original end. It was just me freestyling and singing, and luckily we don't have to run with that necessarily.
Nah, that's a dope record, man, for sure. I like the vibe. That's in the beginning. Is that in the beginning now of the playlist? Or?
Nah, the playlist is well, I guess I can. Well, I could show you the playlist through the other thing, I suppose. So let me show you.
How much time we got? Yeah,
we got like
4 minutes.
A couple seconds here. So the full playlist, you seeing that? Boom.
Yeah, let me see.
I gotta delete one of those. Dive it in because I put in the newer one in there.
Oh yeah.
How we do?
Oh, so
I'm loving Chandeliers.
Yo, Chandeliers is gonna be. I can't wait to flip it.
Yeah.
Put you first, man. That's gonna be you.
Auspicious, cool. Let's give him a piece of dive in it.
Yeah, definitely. This is a dope vibe.
My mind and my spirit are really divine and I'm fearless. I'm coming out live and they cheering. I rock with my peers. If you try to disguise your appearance, I never will try to come near it. I never will try to come near it. My mind and my spirit are really divine and I'm fearless. I'm coming out live and they cheering. I rock with my peers. If you try to disguise your appearance, I never will try to come near it. My mind and my spirit are really divine and I'm fearless. I'm coming out live and they cheering. I rock with my peers. If you try to disguise your appearance, I never will try to come near it.
Got that double-edged sword. Ancestor talk, archangels at doors. Ghost in the dark, soul channels dial fours. Before rap, I had my mind on Forbes. Pen and pad throwbacks, fires in the Fords. Better friends with more laps. Run you off course, might be slipping off the frost. Hillside, we the source. Michael with me, that's a Moby type force. Tribal with my homies, got X, no cross. Valuable, you gotta know me. Liable to sink the rollie. Half of me is never holy. The animal is out, instinct still control me. Want the handle on the pout, heads and tails on the pony. Is the hammer coming out? Hanging trophies in the house, playing oldies, checking routes, holding rosies in my mouth. No EBTs for groceries, man, and teasers for the mouse. The example for my C's, sole provider for my spouse. Spiritual physique, diamonds all over my scouts. Give you 1,000 degrees, build the ark, flip the drought.
My mind and my spirit are really divine and I'm fearless. I'm coming out live and they cheering. I rock with my peers. If you try to disguise your appearance, I never will try to come near it. I stayed in the trap with boys who was making them racks with nothing but weight in the mask. Then I separated from that and lo and behold, everyone put a blade in my back. My mind and my spirit are really divine and I'm fearless. I'm coming out live and they cheering. I rock with my peers. If you try to disguise your appearance, I never will try to come near it. I stayed in the trap with boys who was making them racks with nothing but weight in the mask. Then I separated from that and lo and behold, everyone put a blade in my back. But I'm not tripping or looking for ways to get even. I sit and I pray for my demons, cause everyone who ever thought I would fail is looking for ways that can sneak in and lanes that could be in. And I kindly deny it from you. There's no way a snake could reside in my group. You tried to put tridents in all of my titles and moves. What were you trying to prove?
For the sake of simplicity, say I'm divinity. Body not carrying, moss like I'm Trinity. Gauntlet infinity, probably not many be thinking it prophets the perfect identity. Back to the enclave, Bruce in the back cave. You can bring a badland down like Fenway. You can bring it back, swing swords like senseis. Everybody gotta stand, rumble at the pen game. Cavalieros, this that end game. In a snap out of rap that will penetrate. It will accelerate, pick up your meditate. No one is better with these thoughts I disseminate. On the interstate, then why the bean down. When I'm in a rental on a minute that I freestyle. DC now, Oliver Queen for that green in the hood, leave you Oliver Queens.
My mind and my spirit are really divine and I'm fearless. I'm coming out live and they cheering. I rock with my peers. If you try to disguise your appearance, I never will try to come near it. My mind and my spirit are really divine and I'm fearless. I'm coming out live and they cheering. I rock with my peers. If you try to disguise your appearance, I never will try to come near it. My mind and my spirit are really divine and I'm fearless. I'm coming out live and they cheering. I rock with my peers. If you try to disguise your appearance, I never will try to come near it. I stayed in the trap with boys who was making them racks with nothing but weight in the mask. Then I separated from that and lo and behold, everyone put a blade in my back. But I'm not tripping or looking for ways to get even. I sit and I pray for my demons, cause everyone who ever thought I would fail is looking for ways that can sneak in and lanes that can be in. And I kindly deny it from you. There's no way a snake could reside in my group. You tried to put tridents in all of my titles and moves. What were you trying to prove? What were you trying to prove?
What were you trying to prove, Jay Cruz?
That's such a dope record, man. What I was trying to prove is I was saying to these people that it's all divine. It's all
man.
divine.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yo, we almost a wrap here, Jay Cruz. I think we are a wrap.
Yeah, we are a wrap, man. I got to get up for work tomorrow. I love chilling with everybody tonight. Pro, my man, my brother. Another great show, episode 11.
Thanks, Gary.
Yeah, and for everybody, again, if you want to
Fresh.
get involved with the show, make sure you hit up the ProQuo show at gmail.com or DM us directly, and we'll chop it up. Second to None, again, appreciate all y'all joining us, and we will reschedule maybe in March or something like that to get another set of people in, because we got a lot in the set.
Yeah.
But
Shout
yeah,
out to
bro.
Fee.
Shout out Fee, Ruby, Yahweh.
Yahweh all day.
Shout out M. Dot. I'm gonna see him on Sunday. We might have to
Yeah.
travel through 5 inches of snow to get to the video shoot, but we're gonna be shooting a video for a record he got with this Poland MC that's off the charts.
Word.
And we had to reschedule. We were supposed to do it last weekend, but things got changed up. And it's this Sunday, 1 p.m. Dorchester.
All kinds of reschedulings going on out there, man. Hey, you see my little when I post my little logo in there? I got the little ProQuo thing on the ProQuo show. I like that, man.
That was
I like
cool.
that.
And with the voices coming up.
Yeah, man. They might have stole my camera picture for a while there, but they left me with the logo. All right, y'all. We're gonna wrap it up. Jay, I'm out. I'll be looking for about 10 more tracks from you tomorrow, all produced and engineered and mixed and mastered and rhymes, and I might have a couple things for you too.
All right, brother.
All right, homie. Peace.
Peace out,
Later, y'all.